Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. Welcome to the Giant Bombcast. I am your host, Jan Ochoa. Joining me, as always, co-captain of the ship, Jeff Grubb.
Hi, Jan. Thanks for having me.
We're also having him and I are going to have a wonderful weekend together, going to God knows where. Dan
God's country.
Reichert.
Looking forward to the trip because it will get me away from the cavalcade of millipedes I'm surrounded by right now. So if you hear the occasional vacuum, that is this is filled with millipedes right now.
Just give me a millipede count real quick.
In the last 15 minutes, I have vacuumed up 30 to 40 live millipedes crawling around here.
Our own millipede. That's right. He's got a bunch of legs and he's slithering across the floor. Jeff Bakalar.
Oh, I wish I had so many more legs than I currently have. That'd be so sick.
How many do you have right now?
On a good day, 3, Mikey.
Wow. Your dad will explain that to you later, Mike.
Don't worry. That's a daddy joke, Mikey. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Okay.
You'll learn about it when you're older.
And last but certainly not least on the podcast, we have the bird boy of games media, Mike Minotti.
Hey, I listened to the voicemail dump truck. I thought I was just the boy of games media. Now.
I don't know how to
that's
ramp
right,
that
yeah.
up. I just go, the boy of games media?
No, I get it. It doesn't flow quite the same. Man, I don't know what it is. Like, I had a trip this weekend and it was great. And, I got back late. I'm not sick or anything, but I could just tell brain like 70%. It's just not all there right now.
How much water did you drink?
Oh, maybe not enough. I mean, it was so hot that I was definitely just drinking water when I could, right? There was a humidity thing in New Orleans, but definitely drinking a lot of alcohol as well. So yeah, maybe
They have that there?
Yeah, in New Orleans. Is that new?
Yeah. I know. I think it was banned for a very long time, but they're just experimenting now.
You just got it. Yeah.
You got to go to very specific retailers, and you have to drink it indoors at all times. There, it's a
Mike,
big rule.
It's not what we talked about before you got on that plane, bud. We had a conversation, did we not?
Yes,
You and me?
yes, Dad. I'm sorry.
You
But
and me, we talked about how alcohol is what? The opposite of water, right? Yes?
Alcohol dehydrates
It's
you.
not fire is.
And
Remember?
dehydration is bad. Yeah, I remember there was peer pressure. There was a girl, and she told me it'd be cool if I.
There's
drank
always
alcohol.
a girl. It's always
always
a girl.
peer pressure.
Wow, you disappointed your father.
It's
Wow.
always about the girl, and it's always not about the girl. I get it. Okay, it's fine. You had a good weekend. I'm glad.
Yes.
Dan,
So-
why do you have millipedes?
Yeah, why did
Okay.
you get 50 millipedes and just set them free in your house?
There have been over 100 easily in the last
Honestly,
day.
I looked at you and now I'm like, you are being punished like the pharaohs of old. This is a plague upon your house.
I've researched a lot about millipedes in the last day or so, and it sounds like this is actually normal considering the circumstances. So on Sunday, we had a major
pissed off God.
thunderstorm. Yeah, we had a major thunderstorm on Sunday morning, which canceled my half marathon, and then I ran it anyway during a thunderstorm. That's another thing. I come back, the thunderstorm ends, and then heat wave starts. So now it's over 90 degrees. And so my understanding is, and keep in mind, the back of my house is this retaining wall with a bunch of wild vegetation and stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
There is moisture that attracts a bunch of millipedes and stuff, which we get the occasional millipedes anyway during the summer. They get in through the baseboards where they find their way in, whatever, they die real quick. So then when it dries out with the heat, they need to go someplace. And so they come into where it's cooler. And so this is like the basement. There's carpet out there, which is where way more of them are. So it is just like, I heard this is normal. They will die out. It's not an infestation. It is all of them suddenly in the heat trying to come in. But I did just buy some outdoor spray to spray along the perimeter. I bought a dehumidifier, which I hear helps a lot. But right now, if you see me looking around or you hear the occasional vacuum in the background, it is millipede time right now.
A dehumidifier.
Yeah, you told me you were
Make it
buying a
dry.
dehumidifier within a day of me just finishing a 50-minute video about dehumidifiers. So I was very
Alex,
excited.
the
Yeah.
video?
Jeez, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me to spend, I got a $200 one. I did not want to get one with a hose because I just don't have a place
It's not
that I
worth the
can
risk.
drain
I
to.
get it.
That you sound ridiculous, Backlar. What's a hose going to do? By the way, I do realize that I am like scared of a lot of things. Like I don't understand things like propane. I'm afraid of it. Like actually, there's a video going up tomorrow on MinMax. I went camping with Hanson and Leo, and they gave me some shit. I can't remember if it was on video of like I was just afraid of everything about the fire and like, oh, this thing's going to blow up. This thing's going to be that.
From the sky.
But I literally ran 13.6 miles because I went too far because my watch stopped working because of the rain. With like metal, like I took the metal. Before they canceled the half marathon, and I asked the dude, like, can I have this medal and run the course anyway? And he said, you can get struck by lightning on your own time. And so I have a running belt. I tucked the metal in my running belt and ran during a very intense thunderstorm for almost 2.5 hours. And the whole time I'm going through this nature reserve, and I'm trying to remember lightning rules. Because it's like there are trees everywhere. Like I can't remember if I needed to be more scared when I was on top of a hill and there were no trees around. Because I know lightning goes towards the quickest route to the ground. And so I was like, ooh, I'm probably the tallest thing right now if lightning wanted to hit me. But then I felt safer when I was under like a wooded path. Because then it's like, all right, now you're not supposed to sit under a tree or against a tree during a lightning storm, right? But the odds would be better of a lightning hitting a tree than me if it's a wooded path, right?
Okay, so yeah, so lightning likes sharp like points, so that's why it hits the tops of trees.
The metal was round.
So, yes, so that actually you weren't in much more danger because of your metal. Actually, if you were holding a golf club,
no
sharp, pointy in, and you stick it up in the sky, that's why golfers occasionally get hit by lightning. So, but yeah, the reason you don't go by trees is because the tree gets struck and then. You're going to be right next to the tree, and that's bad. And then also it could fall on you. Sure, yes.
See, that sounds like I was on a path and the closest trees were, 10, 15 feet away at least. So that's better than just me being the tallest thing during a lightning storm, right?
Why didn't you stop running?
Because I trained for that day. My entire schedule was to run on that day a half marathon, and I wasn't going to say no to it. And so I was the only one that did it. Because I trained it, it was on the schedule.
It's dangerous, Dan. The things that scare you it's just a flip of the coin. It makes no sense.
Have a treadmill?
Yeah, I do. But like,
Jim,
that's not the same as running outside. And also, I like the idea of the challenge. Honestly, the worst fucking part, I was completely soaked, like I just came out of a swimming pool from step one, basically. The worst part was I put sunscreen all on my bald head, thinking I'm going to be outside for a long time. And all of it just ran into my eyes immediately. So for 2.5 hours, I'm just, like it just sucks. It's just sunscreen in my eyes. My eyes are red. My feet are just sloshed, like my socks and everything the entire fucking time.
I'm not saying I wish you were struck by lightning. But like,
no, and you know what's going to suck, Mikey, my son? It's that when he does die in the most Darwinian way possible.
No, he's going to die in the most, like the opposite. In his bed asleep.
Everyone's just going to be like,
we'll all be dead.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be like, oh my God.
I'm not kidding. I did have the thought.
We're going to feel bad.
No, there was a period where the lightning was going crazy and I was in the middle of it. Like I had no easy way to, and I was like, if this is how it ends, that's a pretty funny way. Like I don't want it to, but like, that's funny, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It would have been very funny.
Funnier than like, oh, I got sick.
I'm not like, oh, I begrudge you like wanting to run outside, Dan, but the things that scare you constantly confuse you.
And I understand that. I understand that's silly.
Right? Yes. You understand it's inexcusable, right?
But here's my thing. Now, I was honestly thinking about this the whole time I was running because you don't have much else you're doing while you're running. Is like I was like, why am I not afraid of the lightning killing me? But I'm afraid of like Hanson heating up this hot dog too long and it might explode. And I was like, I think the thing is, well, he was holding this hot dog over the flame for a long time and it was getting very bulbous. It was getting very bulbous, and I was like, oh my God, it's going to blow up. And I was worried about it. And so I think the thought is, if lightning strikes me and I die, it's like, what? I barely even knew that happened. That's just over, versus if that hot dog explodes and like hot grease goes into my eyes and stuff, I got to deal with that. That's pain.
I think
you had sunscreen go into your eyes and that was pain.
That was worse than the lightning death possibility. Yeah.
No, I think you just have like a cartoonish understanding of the universe. And I think you base a lot of your understanding on like entertainment. And I feel like that changes how you absorb the natural world.
You live a carny life, and we appreciate that.
And it forces you to have like an asymmetrical understanding of like just physics and science in the way that like you're mystified by us understanding basic things. I think you have like a very strange way of understanding the world.
To be clear, the lightning could just maim you horribly for a long time.
I thought about that too. And if it was like a Hannibal, Gary Oldman situation, I'd be like, that'd be a good story for how that happened.
Dan, more people die.
The hot dog exploding, though, not a good story.
No, that's lame as hell.
That's real morbid.
I ran out of stubbornness and got struck by lightning. That's all right.
But Dan, hot dogs don't explode from being overcooked on fire.
The hot dog wasn't a problem.
Clearly.
Neither was the lightning.
What's the problem here? We'll never know.
Dan, you more people. I don't think anyone dies from a hot dog exploding, but more people die from choking on a hot dog than anything.
Oh, for sure.
Right, and that was my thing. Is like that's what will calm me down about the lightning. Is like lightning strikes are so rare that they are the reference point for like you're more likely to get struck by lightning than for this to happen. You know, like it's like the rare thing. It's the rare example.
No,
so I was like, I'm probably
people
good.
Go inside when it's lightning. That's why it's rare.
Yes.
People get struck on lightning almost every time there's a thunderstorm on Pikes Peak because they'll get stuck up there and they'll be stuck outside and they get struck by lightning. It's rare because people go inside.
That's right.
I didn't consider that part.
You're the
Anyway,
one who like looks at stats and you're like, what's the story we're not seeing here?
I will say, look, I felt awesome after that run. I was like, I'm the only fucking one who did this thing. I feel great.
Can't kill you. What can we do?
I wonder why you were the only person there. Right?
Literally, the event organizer said, "Get struck by lightning on your own time," and
That
then
rules.
begrudgingly gave me a medal.
Rules.
Yeah, and I got the medal, and I was like, "Well, I can't just have this medal. I have to earn it." And so I was like,
God.
"Yeah, I'm not going to have
Oh
a
my
fake
God.
medal in my house. I have to like actually earn it."
You could have ran the 10 miles any time, Dan.
Yeah, but it
Yeah, of
sounded
course.
cooler to do it in the thunderstorm.
Look, he did it. He's here.
You gotta-
and we can't stop him.
At some point, you gotta stop living your life off of what was a cool guy thing in a 90s
I never
action
think I'm
movie.
cool. This was like the only time I told Bonk when I got back. I said I never feel
wasn't.
cool. I feel pretty cool right now, running in a lightning storm.
You were wrong to
was
feel that.
Was Bonk upset that you did this?
Bonk thought it was awesome.
Ah!
Bonk thought it kicked
man.
ass.
Yeah.
Dan
Just
has
enabling.
29 votes in the weirder poll. Mike has 2. Jerf has 2. Jan
I
has 2.
don't
And
wanna
I have
ever-
0.
I don't want to hear it from that
But
poll ever again.
before we
I don't ever wanna-
continue learning more about each other and just
That
being
sucks.
befuddled, Jeff Grubb, how can folks continue to support our buffoonery online?
If you, for some reason, want to support this, go to giantbomb.com/join. Become a premium member. Gets you ad-free versions of our shows. What it really does is support independent games media. We're out here doing this thing our way. We want to keep doing it this way. We can do so with your help. Thank you to everybody who supported us from the beginning now and continues everybody who joins anew. We really appreciate it. Jan, what do you got?
Yo, Jeff Grubb, we got a new season of This Is the Run premiering today, June 30th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Mikey, real quick, give the people a taste of what this
Mike's
season
a pig
of
in
This
shit
is.
with this one.
give them a little taste as to what this season of This Is the Run is.
I'll tell you this, when I realized we could do a This Is the Run for this game, we were hanging out at SGF, and I literally started convulsing.
Yeah,
I
he was
was
like, he did his hands up in the air. Yeah, it's jazz
Right.
hands.
It's a game that I have actually had since I was a kid, and I've always actually wanted to beat this game, but I never did. Well, now it's definitely going to happen because we are going deep into the lair of not partly motion video, not half motion video, everybody. This is
Not full.
full motion video here, everyone.
I
On
didn't think it was possible.
on the Sega CD with the highest video resolutions that you've ever seen. Everybody, this is the run for Sewer Shark.
Yes.
That's right, folks. That is premiering today at 1 p.m. Pacific time. That first episode will be free for everyone to get a little taste. And then to see the rest of the run, you will have to be a YouTube member or a Giant
I mean, you
Bomb
can
premium
barely
member.
see it when you do watch it, though. It's,
Yeah.
it's just all dither.
I'll say now that we've recorded some, this might be a long one. I
got it.
You might be watching this in the fall.
You might take a few technical tests here.
But folks, you can see several previous seasons of This Is the Run. Dan and Grubb did a run of Absalom, and then the Blight Boys did a run of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. One of my favorite seasons of This Is the Run.
That was fantastic, yeah.
Great. There's also that special guest episode with Danny O'Dwyer for
That was
Irish
excellent.
Millionaire. And also, folks, you can get other premium shows online. If you're a premium member, you can get all of the Portal Pals, all of Marry Me Tomodachi. We got several other things in the works, in development for you at home. And that is that. I guess everyone else, how was your weekend?
I just vacuumed up 5 more millipedes, by the way.
That's good.
Yeah.
New Orleans was really nice, but that's a really neat city. That was super fun. Got to go to a bunch of great bars and restaurants. What
was your favorite meal?
My favorite.
Coops is awesome.
Coops was awesome. Ooh, maybe Merrill, which was one of Emerald's restaurants, Emerald Lagasse, right? Bam,
Bam.
And before I went, I was like, babe, how many bams am I allowed to say during this?
Oh, you had a ban limit?
I had a 5 bam limits.
Did you get yelled at Coops for using your phone at any point?
No, they didn't yell at me. Did you?
Did they stress that? Oh yeah, they are very hardcore about that. If you bring your phone out, they will yell at you.
We went, no, that was pretty chill. Maybe I wasn't on my phone. I was kind of just busy eating there because I had gumbo there and I had gumbo at Merrill, and that was both absolutely incredible. Then at Merrill, we also had barbecue shrimp, and my girlfriend was like, oh, we have to get barbecue shrimp. I was like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that doesn't sound all that exciting. Barbecue shrimp, it turns out, is just like, yeah, barbecued shrimp, but it's not on some barbecue sauce. It's over this sort of garlicky lemon something sauce, and you get bread and you dip it in that. Just dipping the bread in this sauce was like maybe the best bite of food I had there, aside from just getting a beignets from Cafe Du Monde, because I'm a big sucker for that. But everything we ate was incredible. Her dad made etouffee for us the one night. Oh yeah, and that was incredible. It's kind of more like stewy gumbo. Just wet rice. I like wet rice dishes. Get some rice, you put some sauce and meat and vegetables on that. That's always going to be a good meal.
I was surprised you liked the frozen Irish coffee at Molly's on the Market. Like, I didn't think you were a coffee guy.
Dan, it's not usually my thing, but you recommended it, and I wanted to show you I was going to get it. So, yeah, went there.
Yeah. Was it as good as the coffee drink at Oga's Cafe? Oga's Cantina?
I liked that more than Dan did. I remember Dan, I think Abby was like, it's just almost just kind of too coffee. I was like, yeah, someone doesn't drink coffee. This flavor is very bold to me right now. My girlfriend also surprised me to take me to a tiki bar. I think it's called Latitude 29. Boy, I love a tiki bar. So
is that the coordinates of where y'all were at?
I imagine that would be the latitude for New Orleans or something, right? It'd be weird if it wasn't, huh?
Do you happen to go to Lafitte's blacksmith shop, that old pirate bar? It's like the oldest bar in the nation.
No, she mentioned that one. So we were there for basically 3 days. And, we did what we could. We were mostly around the French Quarter, getting stuff up there. One day we went to the World War II Museum. That's fun because they have like a fancy movie narrated by Tom Hanks. And it's basically a theme park movie with all the special effects. But here, the special effects and the seats shaking is because the atom bomb dropped.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Huge. There's actually a huge jump scare because it's like dark and they do a giant flash of light and they blind you temporarily. And
they flashbang you?
Right. Like at one point you're supposed to be like in the jungles of the Pacific Islands, and it's like all of a sudden gunfire. There's flashing lights, the seats are shaking, and then Tom Hanks comes in, talks, treats everything seriously again for a little bit.
I don't know if I need that.
It's a little bit of tonal whiplash, I suppose, but it was neat.
Did you do bourbon at all?
We watched past bourbon. I mostly just kind of stared at everybody with their grenades, not live grenades, everybody. It's a drink.
And
it was definitely like, I'm too old for this. Yeah. It was fun to see Bourbon Street, but I didn't have to go wading into there.
That's my boy.
It's a lot.
Oh,
lovely.
The Carousel Bar was really cool because it's an actual it's a shoot carousel. It's like spinning this bar, just a circle. So it's kind of like a ride while I drink. And I just sat down there, did a few rotations. That was good.
My memory of the carousel bar is my first time there was, or one of the times I went was WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan was in the main event, and everyone in the carousel bar was wearing Daniel Bryan shirts and like yes chanting and wasted wrestling fans. And there's a couple sitting next to me at the carousel, and they turned to me and they were like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, it's WrestleMania weekend at the Superdome. This guy, that's kind of his thing, is the yes thing." And they were like, "Oh yeah, we came here for I think it was their wedding, not even their honeymoon. It was like a wedding weekend, and it was just overrun by wrestling fans."
Damn, they could only be so lucky.
Invite them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also went to this amazing restaurant called Bayona. That's kind of like the nice meal.
Bayona.
I also did that right away, Jan. I was like, Bayona, let's go away. It was really nice, but there was like a large group there of women. One was like turning 70, one was turning 50, and they were kind of partying the whole time. And I kept wanting to involve myself, and my girlfriend was trying to tell me not to be the main character, but like they were like taking like video selfies. I was like, I should just get in the video. Come on, no. But as I was leaving, one of them with their birthday tiaras was coming like out of the restaurant. I was like, "Oh, happy birthday!" She's like, "It's your birthday now. Put the tiara on me."
Oh, you must have hated that. Yeah.
And she's like, "Go to the group now. It shows." I'm like, "Okay." So I went over there, and yeah, I was very excited.
Are there any pictures of this? I want to see Mikey in a birthday.
I mean, they
tiara.
took pictures. I didn't like get their.
You didn't exchange numbers.
We didn't exchange numbers, but I'm glad they
What's your
have that.
MySpace? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There was a very drunk lawyer who like immediately ran up to us and became our friend, and it was inappropriate but in a fun way, and she's my Instagram friend now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. It was the big weekend for Pride here in SF, and gang, yo. I went to a club and everything. You boys got it, because or went to the bar maybe 3 times to get bevs for me and some peeps. Anytime I was just ordering the 2 drinks or drink for myself, bartenders were like, "It's on me."
Wow.
I'm like,
shit.
"Oh my, me? Okay, I'll take it." Sick.
I think it's because you were wearing that giant bomb fishing week hat.
And just that.
Oh man.
Are you in the bubble now? Is this what you're announcing to the
hot bubble?
public?
The hot bubble?
The hot bubble?
It's been a process that we've been developing, you know?
Travel in and out, yeah.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to bring up going to the club specifically, because I'm not a big club person in general. I'm a fan of the artistry of a good DJ. If it's a shitty DJ, I'm not having a good time. But then, out of nowhere, this DJ was just cutting up too many songs. He'd only play like 15, 30 seconds of a song, move on to the next one. Very hard to get into it. And for whatever reason, I was on like a balcony, him and I locked eyes, and then like he just nodded his head, and then he played the entirety of I Got a Feeling from Black Eyed Peas. And then for whatever reason, something clicked. Me and my group of friends just started jumping around, and we all knew the words to the whole some.
You got it started in there?
We got it. That version, yes. And then me and my homegirl, we just looked at each other, dapped each other up super hard, like almost as good of a dap as I did with Dib. It was almost a Dib dap. Thunder in the club. And then we both yelled at each other, no coordination, and we just yelled, "We are so fucking back." And I didn't know what I meant at the time. I don't know what she meant at the time, but it was a wonderful evening. Fantastic.
Were you in an episode of Euphoria?
Perhaps, you know? There was glitter everywhere, fog machines everywhere. Fantastic. Also,
I hung a cabinet. That's what I did. You guys had your fun. I had my fun.
I never,
cool, buddy.
I never had one of these before, but this is like one.
What you got, Jan?
This is one of these weed seltzers. You know?
Oh, those are good.
Man, cool.
You know? Never had one of these before. I loaded up because one friend doesn't partake in alcohol, so I'm like, all right, let's get something for the whole group.
Sure.
They were grilling hot dogs outside this dispensary. And
Be careful. They might explode and hurt you.
That's not worth the risk.
If you're lucky, they'll just kill you instantly. But
Mike, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, Mike.
And they were. It was funny because, you know, you work at a dispensary. I'm pretty sure you partake in some of the product sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They were celebrating Pride weekend and like their 1-year anniversary of being opened. So this one employee kept inflating a balloon, and it kept popping because she kept inflating it too much. And then they had the oldest security guard there, like checking people in, and the funniest guy in the world, because as she'd inflate a balloon and it'd pop, he'd go like, "Ugh, they got me." And then it happened again. And I'm still in the shop waiting. Second balloon pops.
Good bit.
"Ugh, they got me again."
Aw.
Third balloon pops.
He's having fun.
Third balloon pops in the span of 10 minutes, and he goes,
He's on the floor.
Escalation. Yeah.
And as I'm walking out, he's like,
React story.
Don't forget a hot dog, young man.
Last word.
How come every adult man in any of your stories calls you young man?
I just have an exuberant, charming young boy personality. I don't know.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Mayhaps.
Man, those seltzers are good. I had one the other day that was like a Surfside but a weed beer. So it was like wasn't carbonated. It was just like it was like peach iced tea but with weed.
Y'all know that PBR makes one too?
I bet. I believe
Not
that.
surprised.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Blue Ribbon.
Yeah.
Blue Ribbon weed.
Oh, man.
They're changing
That
the
makes sense.
rules. Yeah, go ahead, Mikey.
If any beer company was gonna make one, like a traditional beer company, it would be PBR, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They're changing the rules in New Jersey. I don't know where else they're doing it, but you can buy weed beer at the liquor store.
Oh, wow.
Right?
That's
Yeah,
huge.
And they also serve it in restaurants.
Oh.
Right? So you can get
Wow.
like super stoned in a restaurant. But now I think they're like, wait a minute, this seems like a bad idea. So now they're putting all the seltzers in dispensaries now. They're gonna do that soon, which I guess is okay. You know?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I it's not really beer. I just call weed seltzers weed beer.
Makes sense to me. Boys,
Yeah,
anything else
thank you.
happened this weekend before we get to games?
I went to a baseball game, a real one, not a banana ball game.
Oh,
I learned.
Oh, you were telling us
that-
on the dump truck, right? Yeah.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that you start extra innings with a runner on second.
Yeah,
That
it's
blew
their
my
version
mind.
of 3-on-3. Yeah.
yeah. They've been doing a lot to try to speed the game up, which it's nice when you're listening or watching. I think when I am there, it's almost a bit of a bummer because when I go there, I like it to be a 4-hour deal. I'm gonna really hang around
You want to
that
hunker
ballpark.
down.
And now every game's like 2.5 hours long.
Oh, I just realized I'm going to my first baseball like MLB game next week in years and years because they're doing an AEW show right afterwards. They're doing a ring
on the field.
I think it's like in the lot or something, but it's like if you get the right ticket, it's on the front. It looks like a Twins hat, and then you spin it around, and it's a lucha mask.
That's cool.
Oh,
that's really
yeah.
cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
that'll
that's
be
cool.
fun.
Do you know who they're playing?
Another baseball team.
Oh,
Probably.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
Darby Allen.
All
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
'Cause
wait.
the Guardians are. Wait, is it Tuesday or Wednesday? What day is it?
I think it's Friday. It's the 10th.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're playing the Guardians. You're going to be seeing
okay.
the Angels then.
Did they also get rid of pitchers batting in the National League?
Yes. Designated.
Cool.
Yes. No designated hitter. Or yes. The only designated hitter across both leagues now. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, Juan. It was Juan Soto bobblehead night. He's good. He's supposed to be good, right?
Yes, he's very good. Although maybe a little bit less good for the Mets than he was elsewhere.
Yeah,
But
that's how it works out
That's
with the
how it
Mets,
goes.
I think. You know.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Video games.
Hey. Hooray.
Hooray.
I should do a bubble bobblehead. That'd be cool.
That would be good.
Mike, make one.
I just bought a bobblehead of Slider, the Guardians mascot, as a lifeguard for a friend for his birthday. It was used, but still well loved and good condition.
Speaking about well loved and in good condition, that is the franchise of Star Fox. The review embargo popped up on Wednesday post the Giant Bombcast last week, so we get the chance to talk about it here. But Mikey, you reviewed the game. A bunch of us have played it at this point, played and completed it at this point. But Mikey, you reviewed the game.
Yeah, and it's really fun. It's a really great remake of a really great game. It looks awesome. It is, maybe the prettiest non-Metroid Prime game I've seen from Nintendo on the Switch 2. I know there's like some all about that art style in the game. It looks fantastic, especially when they show up as just little like talking heads there. That's really good. I think some like to talk of like, oh, did you want this? Is like Star Fox 64. It is a run-based game where a run will take about an hour. And there are a lot of reasons to do multiple runs. Initially, you need maybe 3 runs just to see every level because there are split paths and secret exits. Then they do things like, hey, you got to earn a medal on this level. And get those, you can unlock expert difficulty, and then you can go do these challenges, right? But you are ultimately replaying levels once you do those first 3 runs. Something I'm okay with. The multiplayer also surprisingly really fun. I would like to do some more of that with you all at some point here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do you think there's a chance, like, didn't they add, like, there was with Bonanza months later? Is there a decent chance they could do that with this, where it's like you just take the existing map and make it a
that would just be
roguelike?
the next game.
Yeah, they're working on a new
Yeah.
game. They're making a new Star Fox game. So like that, hopefully that is the direction they go, because that just seems like the best sort of marrying of ideas for this series, where it can still be slight in the way that Star Fox maybe is best, where it's these fast-paced levels. They go by fast. They have like kind of 1 or 2 gimmicks to them, and then you're on to the next one, and it's very different. And that would be best serviced by like, okay, now can you have like enough of those that we can go through sort of 4 worlds or 4 star systems of that in a roguelite sort of structure. And I think that would be excellent for a whole game if they could. I mean, there's still a chance something like that could happen, Dan, but I hope that is the next game instead.
If they do it here, it'll be like that roguelike mode in Resident Evil Requiem, where pretty obviously like kind of hashed together of just like, here's the levels from the base game. We didn't even get rid of the story dialogue, right? But it's a slightly randomized what weapons and powers you'll get. And that'd be nice. But you could obviously do a whole roguelike Star Fox game, and that would be awesome.
They really, like, I mean, this is true of the original, too. The way they mixed up the different planets and everything, where, like, they all feel like there's a good mix of the on-rails and the occasional all-range mode levels, which those are my favorites, I think, the all-range mode ones.
They're really fun. Then you'll have some of the vehicle ones, like, you do a Landmaster level. That's great. The submarine level is more entertaining here than it was in the original. I actually really like that this time around. Yeah.
And then just little gimmicks like the lava level, like don't go too close to the lava. There's the searchlight one where it's kind of like stealth until one of the things catches you, like all the different branching paths and stuff. Like there's a really good reason. Like I think I've probably been in like 4 or 5 times now, and it feels like a different experience each time. Like but again, all that's true of the original game too. It's just Star Fox 64 has always kicked ass.
Yep. Yeah. Great game.
I didn't have a lot of familiarity with Star Fox 64 at all. This is kind of like my first foray into it. And I had no idea that the campaign was like designed to just be close to an hour. So I was halfway through and thought like, wow, I'm just zipping through this. I'm having a great time, and I don't necessarily mind that there are definitely forks that I missed, or like I let some of the squad members like die. Sorry. And then I got to the end there, and I'm like, I want to get back in there. I want to do this again. And it's just like, y'all said this, but it's an absolutely gorgeous game. I bumped into a lot of obstacles and enemies in that first map just because I was having so much fun gliding around the water and just seeing like the waves crest and crest. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah. God, absolutely gorgeous. Music's incredible too. Like the remixes of the classic songs with the orchestrations and whatnot. Ooh, that sounds good.
And there's like more strategy and more depth than you would maybe expect, especially once you start going for the medals on each level. Because then it's like you would start realizing like, okay, so if I do a charge shot here, when these 2 groups come together, I'll get a bigger plus hit bonus and things like that. So like there is a deceiving amount of depth in this game, despite on its surface seeming very short and simple.
And again, like in the original, bosses really cool, right?
Yeah,
they're big, they're theatrical. They have you kind of have to suss out the weak points. The final boss, especially, super
never
neat.
Looked better. Yeah,
it's super cool, and I love. Oh God, the sequence at the end, it actually hits. Like they do some stuff with the music there, which I'm trying to remember in 64. Did it feel that sort of dramatic and kind of beautiful in the original game? It was awesome.
I mean, man, the real Andros final boss fight might be in my like Mount Rushmore of just cool final boss fights. Like just a fucking monkey head that you explode and it's eyes and a brain running around and the eyes are flying around. Like that is just fucking that is a final boss. That's like an NES Contra final boss made into like, especially in this one, like this like not realistic, but like really cool looking high fidelity brain and eyes, you know?
Yeah, very detailed and yeah.
Floating hands, you know, it's such a boss fight, you know?
I do appreciate that. Like, they just seem to like do slight things to make it more easy to understand what you need to be doing at each level if you are trying to get the exits. So it's very subtle, doesn't get too far in the way. And then I like the in between segments. I skip them now, yeah. But that first time I saw them, I enjoyed the character sort of getting a little bit more time to stretch.
They're
their
well
legs.
done. They're well animated, and
I really like how they look. I think
Yeah.
it works well in this world that they've made. Yeah.
They look like the box art of the Super Nintendo game, like the weird fucking puppets. Like I always thought that was such a weird look that I loved.
You know, I can't say that I'm like a convert to the Star Fox franchise as much as I am.
Convert?
I said convert to the DK universe. But when I saw those little plush puppets go live at the Nintendo of America store, I'm like, these look really fucking cute, and I kind of want them.
I think that they are setting this series up for a future, which is like just not where we were with Star Fox a little bit ago. And I think that like is evident in the game where they are doing more with the characters, and Fox McCloud now is there's people keep like going to this moment where like, oh, you have your father's instincts, Fox. It's like a lot of good that did him, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Why is he throwing his dad under the bus? But it's like he was like a teenager when that happened. Like I think they're gonna deal with these feelings he has in the next game. At least I hope that's what happens.
I also love how nakedly he's like, yeah, I'll save the solar system for money.
Right? Yeah, it's like, great actually.
Yeah. It's like, oh right, he is a mercenary. He's that's
the team. Like, the team's in huge debt because of the dad. The dad bought that ship for like on an 80-year payback cycle. His dad died like 5 years into it, so the team's like in huge debt. Like, of course he's a mercenary.
It'd be like if Samus actually did bounty hunting, you know?
Yeah, which would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. Last week here at giantbomb.com was Fishing Week. You can go to store.giantbomb.com to get your Fishing Week merch and celebrate Fishing Week all year round. But Jeff Grubb, you played through all of Umigari.
Yeah, that was my morning stream each weekday, and really glad I was able to get through it. It's a weird game. So it's that Japanese spearfishing game. I talked about it a little bit last week. It kept getting weirder and weirder. Like, and you know, it turns out, all the humans that I was talking to that had kind of suspiciously fishy faces, you'll never guess what they really were the whole time.
Horses.
Yeah, they were horses. So it's like, I don't want to spoil too many of the weird monsters you come across because that is kind of the game. I'll just say that it always sort of hit. Like, they were weirdos, and then when you're catching your fifth one of those, it's like suddenly it's normal again, which is maybe a little bit of a metaphor for the sea, where it's like, no, like those are freaks underneath the water. You're just used to them because you've seen them in the aquarium or whatever. But yeah, there's a small little choice at the end, and like a good ending and a bad ending and stuff like that. It's Chilla's Art, which is the developer. I haven't had a lot of experience with them, but I could see why people like these sorts of things. It's using like just kind of basic assets to put together a weirdo factory, and they kind of know where to put their efforts, which is make the fishing pretty fun and make these characters weird, and then make the monsters even weirder, and all of that stuff worked. So definitely one of those ones where it's like, hey, if you want to go play an indie game on Steam that is doing a lot for 5 hours, this is definitely going to be up there for you.
Yeah, folks, that is all up on the website and on YouTube. Grubb playing through all of Umigari, 5 videos, 5 parts. Also, to celebrate Fishing Week, Grubb, you showed Sean and I the Jaws game. But was that Jaws Retro Edition?
Yes, Jaws Retro Edition, which is so Jaws for the NES got updated by Jeremy Parrish and the team over there not too long ago with Retro Edition. And it is such a nice upgrade because it's still Jaws for the NES for the most part. But what they do is kind of similar to Star Fox, but way more here because this game was always inscrutable as a kid. There are things you need to do to get to attract Jaws, to like progress in that game, and they never really just said them out loud in the game. They might have been in the manual. I never read it as
conch shells.
You needed a lot of conch shells. That's how you get money, and then use that money to upgrade your ship, and then you got to go find a certain fish that has a part inside of it and take it back. All that stuff was inscrutable originally. Now they just tell you about it in the game. You go to the store with the vendor you need to like talk to get that part. Now he kind of gives you a hint on what you're supposed to be doing, and it just makes the whole game flow so much better. And that was always a pretty fun game. You just go out on your ship, you're surfing in the bay. you either get hit by a fish or by Jaws. You go underwater, you fight the fish, you get money from doing that. You fight Jaws over the course of several fights, and that's like shooting him with cannons, and then eventually spears over and over again. And then you like once you get him stabbed with the tracer thing, where you could track him on radar, that takes you to the next part of the game. And I'd never been past that, and now I am, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna actually see the end of this game now, because some people who understood how to convey what is happening in a game actually went back and rewrote it, and it goes such a long way. So yeah, this is one that still has a really good summer vibe to it. Jaws the movie always did. This is a really good companion to that.
Is it
Are you still playing as Michael Caine?
Yeah, I don't think I'm playing as Michael Caine. I don't know.
I mean, it is based on Jaws the Revenge, so I think it's supposed to be
what I
like
was going to
NES Michael
ask.
Caine. Yeah.
That's so funny.
It might be. I don't think
you
I've
are.
seen Jaws the Revenge. Yeah, there's just not a lot of like. There's not a lot of like story like that. It's like you go to the vendor and there's an oceanographer, and if there's an oceanographer character in that movie, I'm sure there is. I bet it's a reference to that, but you don't like see any artwork of anybody or anything like that.
I remember being obsessed with that game as a kid, playing it at my cousin's place, and just being like, I was so young when I was playing that I was like, the idea of the game being inscrutable wasn't a possibility for me. I just remember thinking like, I must be stupid. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. And then it's like you play it now and it's like, oh no, this is not very clearly.
Exactly the same, where it's like, I think I played it like in an in-between age where I did finally begin to understand some of it. And I'm like, oh, this is the game being this way, not me. I had that same revelation for sure.
Folks, everyone loves a themed week like Fishing Week. We did Golf Week. We've done Bee Week. Later this year, coming to you folks at home, we have Pinball Week. And Jeff Grubb, are you doing some preemptive research with this next game?
A little bit. Part of that. So I got my PS2 out, and then I was going to make it into a Magic PS2, but I ran into some issues there where the drive is not working. I sent it back. The guy I got it from on Etsy is going to help me out there. But I did have a PS2 game just sitting out here that Turbo Sean McDowell got for me as a gift. Which is a game I've always loved. I used to have it. Flipnic, which is Capcom's best game. It is a Flipnic. You're a motherfucking Flipnic. It is a sort of arcade pinball adventure game. Like an early version of this, but it's all just arcade boards, and they have a little bit more dynamism because they are a video game. So there are some animals walking around, and the boards connect in ways that would not work with real physics, but the physics of the board feels really nice. And then it just comes down to like looking like a real pinball machine. What buttons are lit up? What is it telling me I need to do? And on the first stage, that is, you got to go hit a tree in a special grove in the woods with your pinball to set up multi-ball. And then if you do that, then you kind of get a multi-ball going in the main area, and then you kind of hit these UFOs that keep taking your balls away, and you take those out, then you can move on to the next area. And just going through that process of like figuring out the table and understanding what it's asking for you is the thing I like about pinball so much. And I think this is like one of the better adaptations of turning that experience into a real video game. Instead of just trying to emulate what a pinball table is, it's like, here's what pinball tables are trying to do. And Flipnic does a really good job of sort of translating that. And then Flipnic has the best version of Pong in it as well, which is a triple paddle, I think. It's you have three Pong paddles on each side, and your opponent does as well. And for some reason, that just makes it a little bit more complicated and crazy. But yeah, good game.
Lovely.
I do want to do a thing for Pinball Week where Jerf is like dressed up like the Pinball Wizard or something, and we like bring him. We bring him like various pinball video games. Like, is this worthy of pinball?
Like, is it important?
Is it important to you? Like, and you judge it and you tell us whether it is or not.
Is it pin-important?
Yeah, it could be. We each of us bring one, and like, and then if you like pull the lever, we like fall down, and we're just off the stream, and we're gone. And,
right. I'm just like, away with you. No.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll do that.
That feels good.
Lovely. A game that I've checked out a demo for Truck-kun is supporting me from another world.
I've been curious about this one.
This is kind of an isekai where your main truck driver character runs over someone, and then she gets isekai'd and haunts you. So your main, and she's now in a dungeon crawler universe that is kind of like an idle game. And to support her, you are driving a truck around to run over more people to give her enemies to slay. And as you are destroying things in the universe by running over them, so that's like lamp poles, cones on the ground, fences, you are powering up your partner in her isekai dungeon crawler world. Kind of feels very Burnout, very Crazy Taxi. There was also a arcadey taxi game that came out maybe a year or so ago. It was an indie game, and it just feels like a bunch of fun being in this little sandbox, just driving around. You get like the different different mobility options with your little truck. So you get like a dramatic side swipe that you can activate at any time to go left or right that will take care of some otherwise invincible objects. The drifting is fun. I think it's also just neat that this is another release from Strange Scaffold. And I don't understand how they do anything over there, because I feel like there's a new game every fucking week from them.
Yeah, it's like if Game Mill was good, right? They're just milling out games over there. Yeah.
Actually, yes.
That's
yes.
funny.
I think Yellow Cab Goes Vroom is the game I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun.
That was fun.
And the driving in this feels very similar to that. So there's demo available now. Truck-kun is supporting me from another world.
Chance that you think that is this like visual novel primarily, or like will I find something to enjoy here?
I think you'll find the driving. I think everyone here would enjoy the driving aspect. You could
so that's what I glanced at it and I thought I would
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
You could
like how
quickly thumb
story
through-
heavy is it?
I wouldn't say super story heavy, other than like the opening, just where they're like kind of describing the mechanics of like how you support your isekai friend. I don't, it's only the demo. I didn't dive super deep into it, so I don't know how much the dungeon crawling aspect really plays into it, other than you being on a timer and then having to like, okay, I got to cause more havoc where I'm at to make sure that they're still going. And there's also like delivery stuff as well. It seems like there's a bunch of stuff to do in the actual driving overworld you get.
Like when you drive into you're driving into monsters to hurt them, right? Is that did you get to that part of the game?
No, not yet, because
Okay.
Where I'm at, you were driving over people, and as you drive over them, you turn them into monsters for
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
your isekai friend to fight.
Isn't that
murder?
Yeah, it seems like worse than murder, maybe.
Yeah.
It's murder and then enslaving souls.
I'll say it. It sounds not nice.
Oh,
The souls are the animals.
No,
The-
they're
Ones
monsters.
with their money.
The soul.
Oh, right.
The bones
And
are
you
their
consume
money.
their souls.
You run them over, and their souls get transported into the isekai world.
oh, this is fun.
I'm okay with that.
The Steam page says weaponized manslaughter. That's a fun.
I'm okay
thing
with
to
that.
say.
Oh, cool.
I'm okay
cool.
with that.
And I don't know. It's just fun to have like a little driving game where you are purposely causing havoc and just running over a bunch of like things.
Yes.
The people part I feel a little bit conflicted on, but just driving through a bunch of like beach umbrellas, beach chairs, that's fun.
I feel
Yeah,
excited.
that's fun.
Did you guys watch me play Mind's Eye? I'll do it again.
That's
I'll
true.
run over
That's
all those
true.
people.
Oh yeah, spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti.
I get.
Dan Riker, you have been
Yes.
playing Terratech Legion.
Yeah, I think this came out a few months back, but Mary Kish was just telling me about it on Firescape, and I feel like this is a very concisely sellable game in terms of if I said Vampire Survivors meets Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Oh.
I think that paints a picture right there. And then
Yeah,
the
I
other
need to play this.
thing,
Jesus.
and the thing that got me instantly interested is, as Mary was talking about it, I looked up the Steam page. Just let the trailer play in the background of Terratech Legion, and I saw that, and just things were happening in my brain, and I was like, oh, I like what I'm seeing here. And so it is like, it's not pixel art like Vampire Survivors. It is 3D. You are
Blastcore a little bit, like the
like
visual.
Blastcore, and you're putting together this rig. Basically, you're putting together this vehicle.
Oh, like a
and
gummy
it's-
ship.
Yeah, and it starts very simple, and by the end, God, the one I had last night just looked so fucked up by the end. It just had like 1 million cannons and like 8 tires coming off of it, and it's so fun, like starting with like this blank canvas, basically, like a vehicle with 4 tires, and then based on what you're getting when you level up the first time, it's like, okay, I got this thing that's a really good like kind of spikes on the front, so then I'm going to upgrade my boosting, my impact, and all this stuff. So like, okay, this run, I'm just running into stuff and boosting through it to kill it, but then this one, I started with some like flat cannons and explosives and stuff like that. So I'm going to upgrade all of my explosive damage or your energy weapons or your ballistics, stuff like that. So each run feels very different, and it is just really satisfying, like the physics of just kind of like boosting around, basically doing donuts while like all these fucking things on your ship are like auto shooting at everything. Big boss fights. It's got this look too, where it looks like a Tiberian Sun, like not the Red Alert series, but the Command and Conquer one with like the kind of future war stuff. Just a bunch of like mechs and spider mechs and lasers and Tesla coil looking things and everything, and just a billion explosions. Runs great on Steam Deck and Steam Machine. I've been going back and forth on it, and it is definitely one of those like, okay, I'll do another run before bed, and before you know it, it's a few hours later.
Right, and like, God, it's like $8 right now with like a little like intro sale.
Wild.
So, why I just bought it. Like, why not?
And it's a spinoff of Terratech, which is like an open world vehicle builder game, which I had never heard of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in between, like there's different drivers that have different types of rigs, and in between, like each one will get their own like upgrade currency, and it's almost like that Rogue Legacy, Rogue Light type of like persistent upgrade tree that you go back to. So it all just super works. Like the loop is fantastic.
The vehicle building, what is that medieval?
Besieged.
Yes.
Yes.
It looks
there's
exactly like that.
There's a Besiege in Space or whatever right now that just got released, I think, or is coming out soon, which I really want to play.
Cool. All right.
It's been a blast. This is definitely the main thing I'm playing right now.
Oh yeah, $8. That's doing the Jeff Grubb math and the indie game math. That's nothing. That's just $5.
That's $5.
Speaking about space, Mike Minotti, you've been taking folks to space by playing Star Trek 25th Anniversary.
Yeah, I really like Star Trek, and I really like point-and-click adventure games, especially ones from the 90s. So it's wild that I've never played this before. It came out in 1991. It had a CD version, so you have all the actors doing the voices here, things like that. So you got William Shatner, you got Leonard Nimoy, stuff like that. What's neat about this game is it's episodic, which feels very Star Trek-y here. So instead of like one big adventure and there's like, all these different planets you're going to solve basically one mystery, there's 7 episodes. And that kind of contains things in a nice way and also a manageable way. Because like a lot of point-click adventure games, things are sometimes a bit obtuse or kind of like, well, I'm just going to sort of try everything. I picked up some wires. I'm going to use that on everything. And that becomes a bit more manageable when you basically have 4 rooms that you could possibly access at any given time, as opposed to like, 25.
And you go all the way back to the beginning or whatever. Yeah.
Right. And like, so this is the original series, and it captures the feel and look of that very well. There's also some ship combat stuff in this game. And it's like, again, it's like very old PC game, but in a way it's kind of fun. Like you actually have to push the S button to raise your shields and the W button to raise your weapons before you start using them. Things like that. So I was really enjoying this one. There were some pretty decent puzzles. Like at one point, like I had canisters of nitrogen and oxygen and hydrogen, and I like needed to make certain elements like materials like water or stuff like that. Like a lot of these games, though, there is obtuseness, of course. Like, oh, how was I ever supposed to know I was supposed to do that? Or, well, what I'm doing makes sense to me, but the game doesn't understand my logic, so I can't do it. My biggest issue was a kind of a scoring system where, and this is kind of going back to Sierra adventure games like the old King's Quest and stuff like that, where you don't just need to get to the end. There's a score system, and it's kind of based on how many of the puzzles did you do. It's sort of one thing in those games. Here is a little bit annoying because they sort of turn it into a performance review. So I'll beat the mission, and it'll be like a insanely happy ending. We accomplished everything we possibly wanted to, but the admiral will like hail me like, I was like, I'll give you 2 points. How about that? You could maybe do better. And like I go back to see what I did, and it was just like, I didn't like solve this puzzle. I didn't need to, or I didn't like talk to this person here. So that's a little frustrating. Kind of goes against the Star Trek-y. So it's like, when I beat the game, it's like you got, you have a 64% approval rating. So the animals could be like, yeah, you did okay, even though like the things I did were incredible and averted war with the Klingons, and I found ancient Mayan gods and dealt with them and all this stuff, and then at the end, they're like, try harder next time. I don't know.
And you could like totally like see how that they could just flip that easily, like where it's like you completed the mission, great job, and then there's just like commendation stars over here that you didn't get for doing the extra stuff. They could have just made it bonuses. Like that's
right.
Yeah, so that's odd.
Yeah, and you know, there's something about like this style of adventure game too, where like, oh, you could die maybe and things like that. Where I always prefer that LucasArts style of, you know, you're not going to die. There's one ending. Just kind of figure it out. You will get there eventually. Also, a hell of a difficulty spike at the very end with the last starship fight. All the starship battles pretty easy. All of a sudden, it's like fight 3 of these things at one time. If you get lucky, they're just gonna melt you. Kind of a Kobayashi Maru. Except you could win. It just took reloading a save about 100 times before I kind of lucked into a winning scenario. But yeah, I don't know if any of you guys Star Trek people.
I love Star Trek.
I've wanted to be.
I think it's cool. I like the message that they send politically
Which is that
in
you
nature.
should fuck space aliens. That's the big thing they try to do there. Yeah.
So I think if you have an affinity for Star Trek and like you don't mind old PC games, and I love old PC games, so this was just a good time for me. There's a direct sequel to it called Judgment Rights. I'm gonna check that one also.
Is this like Sierra or
no? It wasn't Sierra. Yeah. It wasn't one of the big ones who made this. There also was like
cannons. Okay.
Yeah. There also was an NES game called Star Trek 25th Anniversary that is not this. It's a different game. It was it was Interplay. Interplay made this apparently.
Ultra made it for a Game Boy.
Oh man, I kind of want to play Star Trek 25th Anniversary on the Game Boy.
I know.
There's a lot of Star Trek games I haven't played because there are 16-bit Next Generation Deep Space Nine games. I'm like, what the hell is going on there? I learned that there is some kind of Next Generation point-and-click adventure game. I somehow never heard of it. Like I like original series. Next Generation Deep Space Nine. That's what I really love.
Yes,
so.
Same. I like the original series movies a ton. Like those are great.
Yeah, there's a little something about the aesthetic original series that I'll say kind of ugly. Actually,
yeah,
in a charming way, sort of, but kind of just ugly.
Yeah, just of its time.
How do you feel about like the other space shows, like Battlestar Galactica? Do you ever get into that?
I watched the first few seasons of the Battlestar Galactica reboot that happened to that, and it was definitely good, and I was enjoying it. But it was getting there was a point where it was getting, I don't know, a little melodramatic or
it jumped
maybe
the shark.
A bit much.
Okay,
yeah.
A bit much. I
never, the Iraq War corollaries where they're like, we're going to become suicide bombers. It's like, I see what you're going for. I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay. I never got into like the Stargates or like the Farscapes of the world.
I like some Farscape. I watched the first season of Babylon 5, and I always meant to go back to it because J. Michael Straczynski is just like an all-time great writer. He wrote all those great episodes of the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, and he's been writing sci-fi his whole life. He's written so much, and Babylon 5 was like his Star Trek, and so I'm like, I need to actually sit down and watch
if I was going to watch one, I think it'd be that. Or I should watch the Orville, which apparently is actually really good.
Orville's great.
People like that.
Yes, Orville's awesome.
But going to jump into that. This was one of the most Star Trek games. Like, if you're going to really make a Star Trek game, kind of go around and solve some problems and talk to people and have an occasional like spaceship fight, that's pretty Star Trek, right? That, as much as I love Elite Force, this probably is a bit more fitting for the franchise than a first-person shooter.
Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek.
Galaxy Quest is amazing. Yeah, I keep thinking about Galaxy Quest all the time.
Me too.
Yeah, you do, buddy.
Guys, any other games you want to talk about? I don't have anything else on the rundown here. Anything else slip through the cracks?
I'm playing some stuff we can't talk about yet, so that's kind of why it's a little bit lighter for me this week. Yeah. Can't talk about it next week because I'll be gone, but you guys can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm just really I'm just taking my time with playing Bond, Dib co-piloting.
It's a good game to take your time through.
Yeah, he went from like super scared of it to like action's awesome. You know, there's without spoiling anything, there's a scene where a big bad guy, something happens to his eyeball. And that was the first time where Dib was like in a game, he was like, whoa. I don't think he knew that could happen. I don't think he knew someone could do that, you know? And that was like the first time he ever saw that. And that like really, he's like, he's dead now, right? And I'm like, well, probably, yeah. You know, it was a big deal. And then the other, elephant in the room, boys.
Oh, yeah, the butts.
And MBs. I just gotta say, and this was definitely like a turn the chair around, have a moment, not birds and bees, but like, son, put my hand on his shoulder. When I was your age, we didn't have butts like this.
We didn't have butts like this.
Right,
You
right.
live in the time of great butts.
I just got it, like Teresa.
It's
They
maybe the
figured
hottest
out how to make a video game character hot for the first time.
Yeah,
Not for the first
that's
time.
all you need to hear, honestly.
At all,
Yeah.
but
We
like,
got there technologically. Yeah.
like holy, like it was the first time where I was like, I gotta pause this and like show Stacy. I was like, I gotta show everyone this person in this game. And that whole White Lotus Vietnam sort of stage, it's just like, oh boy. So we bonded. On Bond.
Okay.
We bonded on
The Bond,
No, like,
Bond.
it wasn't. We weren't just like butts. We weren't like. It wasn't like gross like that or anything. But like it was just like a fun moment. It was a growing moment. I think in that moment, Dib grew up a little bit.
I think
became a man.
Bond is good for having those awakening moments at certain
All right.
age.
You with those
Golden
late
Eye.
squeezy lady, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's like, Bond. I'm sure I'm not the only one with a Bond movie. And
Well, like I wasn't gonna be like, oh, listen, Dib, James Bond is just a slut. Like, it wasn't. I wasn't like going that way with him, But, he just does this. He can't help himself. He's just a monster, right? Like, but it was a fun moment, and I got like I was like, man, we had triangles. You have real butts.
Wait, Lara Croft broke everyone apparently. And look at this.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Anyway, I was doing the mental exercise of going through the Bond movies I watched as a kid, and like, what was that awakening? It was actually Elizabeth Hurley in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what's the
absolutely.
difference, right? Like,
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, folks at home.
She was a Finbot the whole time, though. Real quick, I did set up the Steam machine and just like to be like, okay, here's a game that I need to pick back up. Let's see how it runs. I'll probably need to go back to my, I got a 5080 on this TV over here, which is where I was playing it. I'm like, I'll go back to that probably after I boot up Pragmata and see that I'm disappointed in the way it looks. Nope, it looks great. It just looks like the way you would want that game to look. Like I'm sure
You doing 1440?
I do. Yeah, 1440. Like, to me, it's like I sit 10 feet away. I don't need 4K. 1440 is more than enough. I do not see the difference between either. And at 1440, it looks flawless. And then like there's like all the like Intel ZES or XESS stuff you could turn on to get even better stuff and fake the 4K. Maybe I would do it that way, but it just wasn't necessary. I turned it on, started playing. It looked great, and it was like, oh god, this thing just works. And it's so simple that it's almost hard to talk about, just because it's like it's Steam. It's been doing this for a very long time, and they've been doing the TV mode for a very long time. And so you plug it in, and you're you do the updates, but as soon as those are done, you are up and going instantaneously.
Yes.
It is just so frictionless that I kind of was very, very impressed by that.
Yeah, and like during the setup when I was making the video, I got all my ROMs and stuff on there and got them working and stuff. But last night was the first night I sat down for like hours and like really went into like Steam ROM Manager and like figured out which ones I want accessible from the Steam thing or which ones I do from Emulation Station. And now I've got it all in these collections and everything and the favorited ones. So it's so easy to just like launch into things, tied retro achievements to it. It is just so seamless, bumping Dreamcast up to 5 times resolution and playing Soul Calibur looking just incredible. It's just something about just having like every game I've ever loved on this little box hooked up to my TV and just the ease of getting around it is just, I fucking love it.
Yep. It's very good for that. Yep. Is it worth the price? No, but hey, it's, if you do get one, I think you'll be happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Folks, we're going to take a quick bricky break, and we'll be back with the news right after this. This is Jeff Grubb with the news. Jeff Grubb.
That's right. We have some news for you all. Let's start here with, let's just call it what it is. The video game crisis that's hitting costs and causing problems across the board. Xbox price hikes, layoffs, and studio uncertainty has just kind of reached a fever pitch. Microsoft officially updated Xbox console pricing effective August 1st. 2026. The 512 gigabyte models, so for Xbox Series S and X, will go up $100. The 1 terabyte models will go up $150, excuse me, and that's worldwide. So there is now an $800 Xbox Series X, and the reason there's not a $1,000 one is they discontinued the 2 terabyte models. So there was a much bigger storage model that just won't be on store shelves anymore. Of course, all of this comes as they are also reportedly getting ready to close down or spin off or sell multiple studios, and that list keeps growing. Arcane was the one most recently in the crosshair, according to these rumors. That would lead to that Blade game either getting canceled or, again, maybe they have to find a new home for it, but it seems likely that it would be canceled. That is according to The Verge. That story that over at The Verge does have some more details of like some of these other studios. It's Arcane, Compulsion, Double Fine, Ninja Theory, Undead Labs. Compulsion Games believes that closure is imminent. They're telling employees closure is probably imminent. Ninja Theory, we're told earlier this month that Microsoft wants to either close the UK studio or spin it off. Over at GameSpeed, they had information about Undead Labs, another one of those weird ones where it's like, did they know they were going to do this to that studio? Because State of Decay 3 made its first reappearance after years and years and years at that most recent Xbox show. So again, what the hell? What are you promising that Xbox is going to be if many of the games in that showcase are getting canceled or the studios, or even worse, getting closed? Layoffs are reportedly going to begin July 6th, and the number in that range right now for the number of jobs that could be cut, the number of people who could lose their jobs, is 1,000 plus. Although Tom Warren over at The Verge does point out, if they close these 5 studios, that would be at least 500 people cut kind of immediately. So they maybe is it more on top of that? We don't know for sure yet. All this is part of the reset under Asha Sharma that she talked about how they need to become more efficient and profitable. And that means making fewer games. The strangest part to me, guys, continues to be that they have these games that could come out soon. Blade sounds like it's pretty far along. They were going to begin debuting it in some ways later this year, and maybe even release it next year. That seems like a game you could just make money by selling if it's going to be any good. Maybe it's not going to be, but it does sound like it needed more time, and they just don't want to pay for that. So I just don't know about some of these decisions. It sounds to me like Xbox is at the end of the line, and these are all about making it as light as possible for whatever the future might hold, whether that is under Microsoft or maybe selling Xbox to some third party at some point.
What is the value then if it is light, other than the name? And I feel like at this point, the name and brand itself has kind of been like dragged through the mud. Like if you don't have someone like, or the other studios like Double Fine, Ninja Theory, Compulsion attached to it anymore, I don't understand what the point is of like wanting to acquire Xbox.
Right, because I think the idea would be like, we want to make it easier to acquire so that you don't have as many mouths that you have to feed. You don't have as many people working for you. We often see that when a company is getting ready to sell some part of itself, they will begin reducing the headcount. And then I think it's this belief that there are only a handful of Xbox properties that would really matter to someone who would acquire it. And that would be, I guess, the Halos, the Gears of Wars, the Forzas, and then Bethesda and id and stuff like that. At that point, I don't know, but is Microsoft going to sell Xbox and then all the gaming brands, or just Xbox and not Bethesda and not Blizzard and all this other stuff? It's weird.
I think that's the only calculus to make of like what obviously it's crystallizing very quickly how like what the pieces lining up and what they really are doing. And obviously nothing they say publicly should be taken seriously, right? By any stretch
at this point.
Right. So I guess that's the only thing left to calculate is like, do they just completely, yard sale the whole thing, or siphon off the kind of like hardware ambition with like keeping that one or two behemoth publishing development houses right under the umbrella? I don't know what else there is left to do. This thing's over.
Yeah, I mean, what's the heck is this reset that they talk about? What could that possibly? Because at $800 Xbox Series X, that's insane. Nobody was buying them before. Who the hell's going to buy them now? And what are we possibly going to do with this new console, which is going to cost more than that, right? Probably significantly more than that. And what are you possibly going to do to make that seem attractive? Because Gears of War and Halo, they can't do it anymore. Can't make Call of Duty exclusive. You promised the governments you wouldn't. I just don't see how it's possible for them to turn this around.
And I don't know, it seems like such a boner move to like not see Blade through completion, because this past weekend at EVO, gigantic pop when they announced that Blade was joining the roster for Marvel ToeCon. I feel like Blade has been one of those characters that folks have been wanting to see more of. I know he's not at the same level as like Spider-Man or Wolverine, but like out of all of them, like he's one of those that fits into that.
Jan, I don't even think it's part of the calculus. I think like this new admin is just like red wedding themselves.
That's what they were brought in for, right?
There's just that's it. Like, and all of the sort of like feels and feelings attached to properties, I think it's not even a consideration. I mean,
I've known from some experience selling, buying things or selling things from one company to another can take a long time. It could take a lot of effort, and the idea that any of this stuff is going to be done here soon seems absurd. So I guess the idea would maybe be that you can get someone on the line, begin those conversations, and in the meantime, you don't close the studio with the hope that that deal goes through. So I bet if any of these studios have people in charge of them that do want to keep them going, which is not a guarantee, but if they do, I bet those people are scrambling right now to put something together. It does sound like it has to go through Microsoft, though. It's not like they can be making these deals on their own. They'd have to like get Microsoft at the table, and I bet that's challenging.
Right, because they're assets, right? Like that's the thing.
Of course.
And okay, so let's like just take a tiny bit of a step back, right? Like Microsoft just goes out and acquires like all of these developers, right? During the Spencer years, right?
Starting in like, was it like 2019, 2018, or was it?
I mean, I remember like going to an E3 presser where like there was like all of these developers in a slide.
Right.
And they were like, we're
maybe
starting
2017 is when they really started acquiring studios. Yeah.
So they buy all these developers, and the developers like the release calendar is sort of stagnant, and they kind of can't get a lot of these hits. And now the decision is like, all right, well, it's dead weight. We have to like get rid of all these things in order to turn profitability. So these studios. So I guess my question is like, what would these studios have done if they were not absorbed by?
Had they not been
Microsoft.
Acquired originally, many of them probably would have shut down, for sure. A lot of them probably would have had different troubles, or they would be shells of themselves.
To be clear, this is not me saying like, oh, Microsoft bought you a stay of execution, but
no, I mean, in some cases it did, in other cases probably not. We can't know for sure, but like having a bunch of Microsoft money for years, seemingly without a huge amount of expectation on you. To like deliver in that moment or get closed was beneficial. And then obviously that party is over now. And so things are flipped, and now they're like, hey, you didn't deliver, and we're going to punish you for it.
Right. And I guess like, obviously, Xbox has proven itself as like not the great owner that they should have been. Right. So I don't think that makes any of these developers unattractive to a new owner or some sort of independent financing.
Not many are out there buying. Like,
right, exactly.
We've done stories in like the last couple of weeks about NetEase and Tencent like divesting out of some video game developers. Not many of those are in Japan, but they weren't buying a ton in America anymore either. And many of these are in the UK or in other parts of Europe. I don't think those companies are looking to spend money on game developers right now. If they have extra money lying aside, they're also putting that stuff in AI. So them being able to find buyers, the one play is, does Saudi Arabia want to keep spending money on these studios? That's your maybe one option. I don't know. Obviously, there's probably more than that, but not that much more. So July 6th, we'll begin hearing what this really looks like. I am I continue to be very annoyed at like the fun face Microsoft put on during Summer Game Fest while all of this was
so gross.
well known.
Right.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
What was even the point of that? Like, I mean,
I guess it's to like make it seem like, hey, things are great so that you can like point to that in a pitch deck when you are trying to sell Xbox eventually. I think that's what it's about.
The calculus had to be made that like we can get away with doing this.
Yeah.
Right. Someone made a decision like, or maybe not. I mean, a lot of the fucking things that are coming out of that place is sort of beyond explanation. But you got to imagine at some point the calculus was like, yo, we could probably just fucking do this. And like maybe the normies don't realize it's kind of a bait and switch and we can just get away with industry savvy people being pissed at us. I don't know. I can't square that. I'm with you, Grubb.
Yeah. And Chuck's right. Obviously a huge part of that. In chat, he says, like, oh, yeah, people putting on these things are often doing so without the full knowledge of what the people above them are planning. But we are talking about what those people are thinking, the people above who knew all of these things were in motion and then still went ahead and did interviews and talked to people and were like, look at the first meeting of Ashes Sharma and Jez Corden at Summer Game Fest. And it's like, oh, yeah, look, she's talking to the game people out there. And it's the whole time she knew she's planning to close all these studios of games that they were just showing off. Just insane work over there. This might be related. IO Interactive hits an obstacle with its other new game. So they have Hitman, and then they just released Bond 007 First Light. But that game, 007 First Light, doing very, very well for them. But they're like, hey, we have some not so great news. Project Fantasy, our other game, which I remember reporting on years and years ago now, could be somewhere like 5 years ago, way back on like GamesBeat Decides, that game was in the works between IO Interactive and Microsoft. Microsoft was doing another external publishing deal. And now they're saying here, a relationship with an external partner on our own IP, Project Fantasy, has come to an end. IO will have to adapt to this new reality and its short-term consequences, including staffing decisions. So basically saying that we lost a contract, we don't have the money to pay those people anymore. We're gonna have to do some layoffs because of that, because that project does not make sense anymore. So they have a whole thing here. Project Fantasy is a game, a world, and an IP that we absolutely love and remain 100% committed to. Now and in the future, this wonderful universe will see the light of day. So they're promising to see it through. Obviously, they are making money with Bond. But that's money they're going to have to sort of put back into Bond. Like they're going to make 2 more of those games very likely. So they kind of can't be like, okay, let's take that money and go do something else. It's like, no, they got to deliver on the thing they know makes money. So it's kind of like, okay, this is another situation of these deals that got made during a boom period now all going bust. Although I guess my one surprise here is I thought this one went bust a long time ago. It's weird to hear it's just happening now. But the timing is suspicious. If it's happening right as Microsoft is pulling the plug on all these things, maybe that's still what happened here.
Now, you say suspicious, Grubb. Is there also potential some corporate espionage or collusion happening against this game?
Possibly. There could be some Agent 47s in there. Who knows?
You know, Mind's Eye style.
Well, the DLC exposed everyone. Yeah.
It could. Yes, the bins could be in there being like, all right, we obviously Rockstar was hurting us, but maybe we can't trust IOI either.
Boy, is Build a Rocket Boy still technically a company right now? Because I'm going to be really fucking pissed off if Double Fine closes before Build a Rocket Boy.
Build a Rocket Boy still has, I think it's still open, although I don't know how many people still work there. That is, yeah. Sorry, Mike, that might be the case. Yeah, that's rough. Double Fine is definitely one of those studios that did get extra time because of Microsoft. Like I think they said as much.
He said as much. Yeah. He said as much for sure.
But they should still be going. We should still.
I mean, how much? You're Microsoft. Yeah, of course. How much can that cost to have Double Fine? It does your company good to have a Double Fine. I'm sorry that the pot game. And don't get excited back when I meant like, you know, the kiln. It could take off or just be some cool thing. Not every game needs to be the big profit driver. You need to have a portfolio. Then people used to care about having like a well-rounded portfolio of interesting games reaching all these target demographics. I don't know.
That is I guess worth pointing out as well as there's stories this week of developers kind of talking among themselves and now saying it publicly that seems like all of those Game Pass third-party deals suddenly dried up. So the idea that the thing that was encouraging Microsoft to have a portfolio a little bit ago was we want to have a bunch of different stuff, a bunch of different things on Game Pass, so people have a reason to keep Game Pass. And maybe that's not the case anymore. So if they're losing these motivations to fill out their library with different kinds of games and only want the biggest hits, that does spell doom for a lot of these studios.
It'd be so wild to close Double Fine just because they represent Microsoft actually having a personality, or part of Microsoft having a personality.
Yeah, that can't be allowed.
Yeah.
All right. The hardware crisis specifically is worsening every day. So we talked about the Xbox going up in price. Valve's new Steam machine did debut at $1,049. We talked about that last week. But everyone's saying, hey, those RAM prices that went up, they're going to double again. So we've had price increases and multiple price increases for all the consoles. The Steam machine debuted at a very high price. It seems likely that all of this hardware could go up in price yet again, and maybe even twice.
Twice?
Yeah, because we're talking about a doubling, which is kind of what it's already done. It's a little bit more than doubled, I guess. And maybe for some components, it's more than tripled and quadrupled. But another doubling on top of all of that, it would be a doubling of where it's at now. That would probably force all these companies to either have to maybe cut more products or raise the prices again. In the meantime, Switch 2 is selling very well. It was the second fastest selling hardware in the United States, behind only the Game Boy Advance. That is the only system that sold faster. So the demand is out there. People want these new shiny things, but the pricing is pushing a lot of stuff down for the Xbox. The PlayStation 5 had their worst May in 25 years, in 26 years, actually. So
I mean, right now, a $450 Switch 2 suddenly seems like a budget console, right? And that price is increasing. So
it's a cheap way to get into games, relatively speaking, in this moment. Yep.
What do you think happens first? Or I'll give you three options.
Okay.
The first option is we just continue hurtling towards the sun and it's over. The second option is there's a gigantic pendulum swing in the opposite direction because of AI abandonment, maybe not widespread, but certainly enough to make an impact, right?
Better than good enough.
Or you see a rise of new players in the silicon manufacturing game, which doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes years and years to make the vacuum sealed laboratories or whatever manufacturing to pump this sort of stuff out. What's your best bet?
I mean, I think that it's
and is there a fourth option I'm missing?
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
Fourth meal.
Yeah, that's right. Taco Bell comes in and takes over and becomes the
Taco
one
Bell
restaurant.
makes silicon now, right?
Yeah. Right. If there's a new player, it would be like China coming in even harder into the space, obviously, and that's possible. That, but it would
I know they're starting it, right? It's definitely a thing, yeah.
So, but we probably see the fruits of that in 4-ish years, and that's aggressive. I think, I think more likely 5 years. I guess maybe by 2030. So yeah,
I mean they've done a lot very quickly.
Yes, absolutely, and that's 4 years would be very quickly. It would take 10 years in the United States, which is what we're seeing with some of the chip manufacturing plants coming online.
Sure.
I think the most likely scenario here is that this is just it is going to be a painful mess, and the prices keep going up on all the hardware, and that does what it does to demand, as people are I'm just going to find other hobbies. And then, I do think that there is just a slip in the supply in one moment where, or the demand from the AI side of things, and that just sends prices crashing, and that maybe has some opposite effect where now these big companies that had all these the huge windfalls of profit and paid those off as dividends and bonuses now don't have that money around to get those DDR6 plants back up and running in a way that can keep up with demand. I think it's going to be just a wobbly mess until we correct this over the next decade.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Good answer.
Yeah, I don't think we can undo this quickly at all.
No way. Yeah, this is, at the very least, we're looking at through 2030 of some sort of painful pricing and certainly painful supply.
Right. And it's again, there's supposed to be new consoles, and it's just so hard to imagine. Obviously, Xbox, huge problems, but a PlayStation 6 is happening, and I think they're talking about some kind of financial thing. They're like, yeah, we're gonna find a way to make it attractive outside of like not just
you're gonna
like
rent
PC
your PS6
games.
for eternity.
They're talking about maybe having a handheld or something like that. They don't say it explicitly, but that's kind of what they're getting at.
I just don't see anything, and I can't see a new console before 28.
Wow.
I mean, so that's there's a sort of backlash to that thinking of like, no one's asking for a new console. Why would they do that? The problem is that these trains are running, and the research and development is happening. The fabrication plants are coming online. They have designed everything to happen in conjunction with one another in a global supply chain, all at this one moment. And moving all that stuff has cost of its own. And then you do that, and there's no guarantee that on the other side of things are better. So the argument people are making now is they might just go ahead with the PS6 in 2027. And to me, that's insane. But yeah,
I mean,
that
because
might happen anyhow.
I mean, you talk about all that cost, of course, right? But like, there's also the cost of just like putting a thing out from a marketing point of view, and just like
I bet there's big arguments still happening. I bet
right, like it's
bet they're undecided.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, the hardware crisis bad, getting better or getting worse every day. Getting better for no one.
And Grubb, right? This also affects more than just video game consoles, right? This is electronics across the board.
Yeah, this is everything. Yeah. Now video games are in the sort of the very meaty part of that zone of this is we need fast memory and stuff like that. And like a car doesn't need DDR6 unless it has driverless autopilot stuff. And even then, it's there's other ways of doing that. But yes, across the board, electronics are going to be hit by this for the next little while. But video games are especially bad. That is true as well. GTA 6 went up for pre-order at $80. That happened over the last week. This is where we're at with this thing, where they are selling this game to people. We still have not seen much gameplay.
No. They had new screenshots to show.
New screenshots, some like cinematic trailers that set a tone. Have we seen anything where there is a person on the sticks?
Negative.
I feel like this is the summer is usually the time that Rockstar like does
July.
The
They should begin, but it's like, yeah, they have the pre-orders going now. It's wild that you can't just go see what this game looks like to play.
Right. Like, what does it look like to walk down that open world and like get in a car? I want to see a HUD.
Yeah. So we haven't seen that.
Thirsty for HUDs.
We're HUD thirsty here at Giant Bomb. They are still releasing this game November 19th. It is there is no disc version. If you go to the store to buy a physical version, you get a code on a box. That is now them saying that they won't ever have a disc, or at least won't have one in the months following. So if you want to get this game, just go get it the way you're going to get it, and that's going to either be digitally or as a code in a box. There's an ultimate edition for $100 that will be including some stores and stuff like that. But the pre-orders went off, and it sounds like early word is that, this game is selling like crazy. And Take-Two stock prices up on that. Yep, of course it is. Right.
Yeah. I would like to see how many people are getting that ultimate edition, which is like the $100 variant. Which
what does it have? Why is it better?
It has like people are upset because it is like in-game stuff, like stores or something.
Yes, the way it's being framed, I think, is like they are stores in the world that you can only go into if you have the ultimate version. But it seems to primarily be a way to deliver exclusive cosmetic items. It's like you own those stores because you can get these cosmetic items that no one else can get. So, but
it's like that isn't much, I suppose. But the idea of like spending any dollars just to walk up to a store in GTA for it to tell me like you can't come in here because you didn't spend $20 extra, right? Sounds nauseating.
That's the packaging around it, right? Like that's what we're saying is that it's not that it's like a narrative thing. It's just like, oh, this is the store where all the pricey cosmetics live.
Yeah, it will like certainly be like it's a dark pattern to like increase FOMO.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that's what it is.
Right, they could just like you start the game like, hey, you got this edition, this stuff's just in your pad, whatever. Yep. But no, they like want to rub it in your face that you didn't get the ultimate edition.
Right. Sony deleting purchased movies. Did you guys see this one over the weekend?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is very cool.
This is very cool and very modern. is what I
Finally,
like
some
about
good news.
Sony's removing hundreds of purchased Studio Canal movies from some PlayStation users' digital libraries beginning September 1st. Tom Hardware is reporting that 551 titles are affected in the UK, and no automatic refund path has been mentioned or anything like that. Now, like, people hear this, it's like, see, they could do this with video games. It is a little bit different where it's like Sony licensed this stuff from Studio Canal to then sell in their store, and that license went up and they didn't renew it, and so it's gone. The video games don't work that way. It's a little bit different. Although we've seen like games get delisted because like the car licensing stuff expired, but you could still go download those games. That has been accounted for on the video game side of things. Still though, this just shows how they can just go into your library and take something away from you. It would be like you bought a DVD, they went in your house and took and just, hey, I'm taking this back, and then left. It's crazy to see.
Don't like any of it.
No.
Yep, 551 movies just gone from your library. Crazy. Star Wars Eclipse may be in real trouble. Quantum Dream workers, I know, right? When do you guys know what Star Wars Eclipse is? Does anyone remember what that is?
Yeah,
that's
my first question.
Oh,
David Cage. This is the David Cage
Oh, no.
one. Yeah, the High Republic, the hottest thing in Star Wars right now.
The kids they won't stop talking about the High Republic from Star Wars. Quantum Dream workers went on strike in Paris as the studio faces proposed layoffs, reportedly affecting 115 people. Developers involved in the protest said Star Wars Eclipse cannot be finished without those workers, with one telling VGC they were trying to save Eclipse. The game was announced back in 2021 and has barely resurfaced. Quantum Dream's multiplayer project. Who wants to try to remember what the name is?
Oh God! I was just thinking about it, how wild it was that they even made that. I don't know the name of it because I did not even know it was happening. Then it happened. I'm like, what do you mean Quantum Dream made a live service game? Then it was, by the time I finished that sentence, it was dead.
The magic one.
Yes. Spellcasters Chronicles.
Fuck!
Wow.
What? That's the name?
That's the name. It reportedly failed to land and was shut down, and added to the sense that the studio's pipeline is under heavy pressure. That was supposed to be the thing that I think was going to make them the money that they would then use to finish Eclipse.
Not like it's already a gamble to make a live service game. I'm sorry, your Quantum Dream, it's so far outside of your realm, and then you come at it with the most generic take possible on a live service game. It's like you travel back in time and looked at League of Legends then, and like, this is what we're going to be kind of aping aesthetically. God.
What was the game that closed the TGAs? You ride
it's
horses?
High Guard.
I wishes it was High Guard. High Guard almost certainly had more players
it
than
absolutely did.
Spellcasters Chronicles ever did.
It's like that's the fad that you're chasing now. Like, you would have had better luck making Friend Slop. You would have had better luck making a Vampire Survivors clone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, those would make you more money than whatever this was supposed to be.
I mean, Detroit 2 Human, or Become Human, whatever it's called. Detroit Become Human.
That's
awesome.
Now we're talking. Get Dennis Dyack and David Cage together.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly.
That'd be incredible. That game actually sold really well, right?
Yep.
Like, those resources must have been able to at least make kind of another one of them. Maybe one, like, half the size of budget that sells half as much. Still a lot of money. That would be way more beneficial than a live service game that obviously had no chance in the world.
Yep, and it didn't. It failed, and they seem to be kind of hitting a wall where now Eclipse is I mean, the fact that they're even still trying to make it happen, because it's got to be an expensive project to make, and I don't think the way that these deals work, it's not like Disney's waiting in the wings to give them a ton of money. I think the whole idea is, you go and buy the license, and Disney's like, great, and now you have to pay to make it. You understand that, right? And all these people go, yeah, I guess, man, that sucks. It's because we just paid you a bunch of money. But a lot of times these companies figure it out. Like Galactic Racer is going to figure it out. And my prediction continues to be, I think that's going to be a top 10 bestseller of the year. Galactic Racer is going to crush when it comes out. So it can work. That's why it's enticing. But you have to kind of know what you're doing when you go into it. So the burnout people making a Burnout in Star Wars, and then they did that, and then had a couple other good ideas to put on top of it. All makes perfect sense. David Cage making an action adventure, like action focused Star Wars game after never doing that before. That doesn't seem like a good idea.
It's okay. The Star Wars AAA audience is really forgiving of these games when they come out with just a few problems, right? Like everyone likes Outlaws now. They were pretty rough on that for a while there. So, and I just can't imagine Eclipse coming out in a better shape than Outlaws did on day one.
I don't know if David Cage knows how to make a fun game.
Yeah, maybe that's like, man, God.
Yeah.
We never played Spellcasters, though.
He's still going to bring Martin Luther King into this somehow.
But he's going to talk like Yoda.
My God.
A dream I did have.
Persona live action Netflix series reportedly in development.
Fuck!
Just a parade of good news for my geese.
It's the most anime thing ever. Persona. God, all you people are like, actually, the One Piece live action show is good. This is your fault. Damn it.
It is
Netflix
good, though.
Shut up, Jan!
Wow. Jesus.
And then I think Splatoon Raiders is a shlooter, guys. I watched that thing this morning. I think I kind of understand this game
why
now.
was that 40 minutes long?
Well, no, the direct was like 10 minutes long, and then there was a Nintendo Treehouse afterwards, and those things are always like 40 minutes. So
Okay, because I pulled it up this morning when I was like getting the emails, and I just saw the length of the video is 40 minutes. I'm like, I don't think this is that complicated that y'all have to explain everything about this.
No, they spent like 15 minutes on the direct, and yeah, okay, so Nintendo basically revealed that Splatoon Raiders is more like a colorful PvE loot raid game with Splatoon movement, Salmon Run DNA, and then there's a bunch of like fan service for people who like the lore and the world.
Rusty?
And then it's kind of
I was thinking.
Thank you.
Salmon Run, Salmon. You're right. Jesus Christ.
Salmon.
Salmon Run DNA, and then yes, kid friendly Monster Hunter / roguelite ish progression wrapper. You have a home base called the Hideout Ship. You choose where to go and basically what hunts to go on. Then you return to upgrade your gear, weapons, gadgets, and the base itself. Nintendo's own page describes the loop as pick a destination, fight the salmonids, gather salvage, find relics, and then use recovered salvage to craft enhancements back at the Hideout Ship. And then it's not super roguelite. I think that people are using that word a little bit here. It's more run-based. You're just going on these runs, and then if you die, you don't lose the XP you gained. That's where it's like a friendly sort of version of these sorts of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is... I'm
excited. These Splatoon single player stuff has always been really good. Like
Sure.
much better has any right to be.
Breaking news. What the fuck is going on? Cruisin' Blast currently delisted on the US eShop.
No.
Oh, no,
Why
guys.
can't we have anything?
Well, finally some good news.
Yes, so Cruisin' Blast, this is Wario64 saying Cruisin' Blast currently delisted on US eShop. Maybe it'll come back.
What the hell? What could possibly have been licensed there?
I don't know, because they use generic cars and stuff, right?
Generic cars.
Yeah.
They have generic dinosaurs.
The song. It's the song.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be incredible, actually, if it's that awful Cruisin' Blast song.
Man,
Awful?
That's one of the best songs
Awful?
ever made. I know this
Yeah.
guy's got no taste.
You're on an island here, Mike.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, hopefully that changes. Sometimes this does happen, and then the games come back after some issue. Wario does point out you could buy the physical version for $20 still. So,
Oh, you might need to do that if you haven't done it yet.
I own it digitally, so I should be able to re-download it. But yeah, maybe I should just get this to be safe.
You better be careful. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would like having a physical version of Cruisin' Blast.
I would
have one.
absolutely. Real quick, just before we move on from Splatoon Raiders, did you guys watch any of that? Do you guys?
A little
does
bit
that
of it.
sound enticing? It's $50 for.
I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I like Splatoon. I don't love it. I was over it kind of by the time 3 came out, but like a new take on it, like I'll give it a shot for sure.
I like the multiplayer in Splatoon a lot, so this may not be what I'm looking for, but I'll check it out.
Again, I like the single player a lot, so I'm kind of immediately there.
Plus, it's got the satanic verses in it. So,
You guys remember?
all right,
when
that
we
does it for the
decimated-
news. Everybody, Jan, back to you.
Oh,
You guys
I do,
remember
too.
when we decimated Next Lander in Splatoon 3?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we were very good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's what we do
gotta-
here. Yeah.
We got to
Decimate.
take someone on Star Fox is what I want to do.
Yes.
We should. We should.
I still haven't
That'd be
tried that.
fun.
I got to try it.
That's
It's fun.
Folks, that does it for news. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with the emails, the super chats, and Grubb has an announcement about the show within the show right after this.
That's right.
I'm sorry I yelled at you, Jan.
These are the emails for the show. Millipedes, Bombcast, giantbomb.com is the email address. Send your emails to. You can write in about any and everything. People often do. I say this every single week. Gang, everyone listening at home, y'all are writing in a bunch of emails every week. I am so happy to see them. If anyone has any specific things you'd like to say to a specific member of the crew, go ahead and do that. I'll try and forward that. In the meantime, Bombcast at giantbomb.com is the email address. Dan, you have...
I was hoping the act of vacuuming them up was killing them, but the container is clear, and I just looked in there, and I've made like a little sea monkey terrarium. They're all crawling around in there.
Yeah, you just made
It's
a
just
room
cat
for
hair
them.
and millipedes in a tube.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
you
sounds
just made an
disgusting.
orgy.
Yeah,
is what
I
you
was
did.
wondering what you were doing with them. So
What do I do with them after they're vacuumed?
I would just go
Throw 'em
walk into the woods.
away.
Fire.
Yeah.
it's not worth the risk, Dan. You better just hold on to it.
Next time there's a storm, I'll get out there.
Folks at home, bombcast@giantbomb.com, email address. First email comes from, I forgot to write your name down, but they write in and say, "Hey, duders, last week I was happy to hear Jan bring up the new version of Cats, the Jellicle Ball, currently on Broadway, and thought I would give you all some fun context. It's not that they simply turned the show into real people and gay. What they did is instead take the original show, reimagine it where instead of cats in a junkyard, it takes place within a New York City Harlem ballroom culture, the underground queer scene where voguing came from. That was also depicted.
That's Paris is Burning, right?
Yes. Also depicted in TV series Pose. The result is something that took one of my least favorite shows and turned it into a fun as hell party where everyone is free to be themselves, and no matter what your sexual preference is, everyone ends up with a crush on Skimbleshanks. I'll include a picture below. If ever you guys have the chance to drag each other to a show, it should be this one, if you can compare it to the film. Love you guys. And here is the promised cat pic. And now Skimbleshanks is no longer a cat, but a sexy cop lady, perhaps?
I don't think a cop. I think still a train conductor. Well, damn, the walkie-talkie. I think still
police.
train conductor, because I'm about to say, I can't handle... I like Skimbleshanks a lot already. I can't handle a hot Skimbleshanks.
Yeah.
Right. And if it was cop, that'd be less attractive, but I think it's still train adjacent.
Sure.
Adjacent, yes. Okay.
Audio listeners, Dan's been vacuuming up the millipedes this whole time.
All right, folks. Next email. Gosh, I got to do it.
Looks like he's got a weird metal detector now.
Yeah.
Right?
He's holding his headphones like that, yeah.
Do you think the
struck
millipedes
gold.
are only in this room, or are they like everywhere?
No,
He said they're in the other room way worse, the one with the carpet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Is
the
it-
easy one, and I just got like 8.
Is the cat eating any millipedes or doing
No, he
anything?
looks at him and he gets really interested, and he just kind of like stares at him a bit and doesn't really fuck with him. Same with the dogs; they just kind of like look at it. Like I was kind of hoping they'd.
Not our problem, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could always move.
No.
Next email comes from Mike in Loveland. Greetings, Sensei of the Giant Bomb Dojo. We all used to know a man who did karate, an old man who did karate, and we all know his name was Ryu. We even had a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme where everyone is like, "Hey, Ryu," but then people started going to college. 2009 hit, and everyone said Karate Man is Ryu now. Ryu goes into witness protection. Everyone acts like we all didn't call him that for 20 years. Oh, are there other pieces of weird video game history that got buried? Love the show and love you all, Mike from Loveland. P.S. MK Raiden, perhaps powerful enough to resist corrected pronunciation. What's happening here?
Well,
I think Mortal Kombat, like they said that they do pronounce it differently, right? They said that like, canonically his name's said differently. I don't know.
Well, and
if
Raiden
that's
was
happening.
spelled differently on Genesis. It was R-A-Y,
that was
which
part
I
of
always
it,
thought was
yeah.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I used to say Ryu when I was a kid.
I would
thought it
say
was
Ryu too.
Yeah.
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 Not
I think I said Ryu. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, and then
No,
I think
maybe
it was
Ryu.
when I think Street Fighter 4 was when they started talking more, and I was like, what the hell? I think even in the movie, I saw it one time. I didn't think about it a whole lot, so I don't know if I was taking them seriously in that thing.
Yeah, but now I do say, what did I say? I say Ryu? No, that's what we just said. Yeah, how do we say it now? Now my brain is broken.
Ryu. Wait,
I mean, I know, like,
fuck.
I thought it was Ryu.
That one's right. Shit. Now you're right. I'm broken now.
I say Ryu.
Yeah.
And I think like the actual pronunciation, if you want to be a kind of a douche about it, it's like Ryu, which I'm not gonna say. So
I'm sorry. I've lost it. I'm confused. I'm just gonna call him White
Steve.
Ken.
White?
Okay.
That's
Ken?
problematic.
Yeah,
Where's
because he's
the
not
white
white
key?
either.
Yeah.
Ken
Right.
is
wait a
white.
minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about
Where did
the
that come
clothes,
from?
to be clear, because the clothes. We can't even imagine where it came from. It's a big mystery.
Okay. All right. Next email comes from Spencer from Boston. Hey, Bombers. Last week on the show, Jeff Grubb talked about the 10-cent pullback from Japanese studios. While they may want to focus on user-generated content, there is currently a political row between Japan and China over recent moves / posturing in the South China Sea and Taiwan.
Okay.
China has restricted / discouraged travel to Japan, blocked several imports and exports, and I would think that the pullback on investments is intended to hurt the Japanese game economy. As always, it's hard to parse the economic decisions of Chinese companies from the politics of the CCP because they are very often intertwined. Anyway, how do you all like your eggs? Spencer from Boston, sent from my iPhone.
Damn.
Over medium.
Until then, I was going to be like, I think Dan should answer this one. Actually.
Whoa!
I like eggs taken off of my McMuffin, wrapped up in the wrapper, and thrown away.
I like them over easy, Oreo over
So
medium.
Order the one with egg.
They don't all have the sausage and cheese option. Some do.
They specifically sell
you
it.
You get the
tell
sausage
them
egg
I don't
McMuffin,
want-
take the egg off.
Yeah.
But I still think there's a chance I might like the egg every time, and then I throw it away every time.
Okay.
Not worth the risk.
It's not worth the risk. It's not worth the risk.
I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Making a lot of sense.
They don't give you a
Not
medal
ordering.
for eating eggs.
No, you don't. I don't order eggs very much, and if I get basically if like eggs somehow show up on my plate, then I'll handle them and might eat some, but
You'll deal with them.
I'll deal with it. But I'm not ordering them too much. If I am, like, I'll just prefer scrambled. Of
Over
course.
medium.
Same.
One of my best friends, her wedding was on Friday, and a part of the they just had like a loose reception where there's just like apps and like drinks everywhere. Your boy ate too many deviled eggs.
Yeah.
How many is too many?
Like almost the double digits. I think I got to 10.
Okay, that's more than I thought you were gonna say.
I didn't
Nah,
eat
it's the right amount.
anything that day, and then they were just there. I didn't know anyone else at the wedding, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna load up on some.
You
deviled
became
eggs.
best friend with deviled eggs. Hell yeah.
Yes, yeah.
When Will and I went to that Yoshi preview in the city, they had Yoshi eggs
Ew.
painted, right? And then they had deviled eggs there too, but the Yoshi eggs were like cake pop eggs.
Oh, shit.
And that's what's up. That's what's up.
That's what's up. Shouts out to Michael Heim. That's what's up.
There you go.
Marco writes in, Dan and the Giant Bomb family. How do you all feel about the new Taco Bell packet sauces? I find them different and scary and haven't tried them yet. Any thoughts? Original, mild, and hot for life, Marco.
I don't think I've ever really disliked one. I mean, fire sauce is the go-to sauce packet for me, and I'll get like 15 every time I get an order. They've got the green one, which is pretty good. The avocado verde or whatever it is.
That's for the
fine.
cantina tacos. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. I really like the ones that came out when they did the nuggets, the Bell sauce and the like devil ranch or whatever. Yeah, that stuff's good. Yeah, I don't have a very strong feeling pro or con with any of them. They're all pretty good, but
Sure.
I always go hot.
Yeah,
For fire. Yeah.
Man, you sound like Butthead or Beavis there. Fire.
All right, a couple more quick emails. George from Maitland writes in, is queso a condiment? No.
Yeah. It's a thing you put on a thing.
It's a dip.
Well, so when someone says queso, and I
The
realize
thing you
that's
put on a
just
thing, which is not what you
cheese.
do with condiments, right, Dan?
Yeah, it is. Condiment is a thing you put on a thing.
Right,
Well,
but
you
you said queso's not a condiment because it's a thing you put on a thing.
No, I'm saying it is because it's a thing you put on a thing.
Oh, I thought you said no. Okay, my
no,
bad.
no, I think it is.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I'm with you.
You put it
then,
on a chip. You put it
100%.
on nachos. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So-
you kind
so
of dip
queso-
into yeah.
Queso just means cheese, right? But when I hear queso, I
Right.
do think of like a liquid cheese. Which
If you're
I
ordering
think
queso at a restaurant, I think we have an understanding what
which
that
could be like an
means.
Americanized version, which I'm going
course.
to say is just like a side condiment sauce kind of thing. I think is okay in this specific context.
I think queso is like above like a ranch, though, right? 'Cause
Agreed.
You wouldn't order ranch and chips, but you'd order queso and chips.
I mean, I might if it was an option.
Sure. I don't think they're that far apart, but
No.
I think I would tend to side with you, Jan.
I would dip like fries in either one of them, you know?
Yes, we
Right.
know.
I mean, salsa is definitely a condiment, right?
Yeah,
It's
salsa
just-
is a
it's adjacent to
condiment.
that. So
I remember what was it? That was a Seinfeld bit where Costanza's like, "Salsa's the #1 new condiment in the United States," or something like that. Yeah.
We're not the doctors here, so we can't fully commit and tell anyone
No.
which way.
Yeah.
Chris in Melbourne writes in, "G'day, bomb blokes.
Yo.
Do you go sock, shoe, or sock,
No.
sock, shoe? I've been experimenting, and now leaving the house is causing me confusion. Thanks.
Double
Chris in
sock, double
Melbourne."
Don't
shoe.
experiment.
wait,
Double sock, double shoe.
yeah, who does sock shoe?
That's
Is
insane.
anyone?
No.
Not me.
That's
Yes,
Galar.
sock, shoe. I'm thinking
Okay.
about my skates, and my skates are a little different, but that's
Sure.
it's a podcast for another time.
Yeah, because that's all. They're all more
Well-
related to one another and getting stuff taped up and stuff. Yeah.
If we're
Sure.
going more into the process, I do sock, pants, then shoe.
Agreed. I had to teach my innocent son about that process.
Yeah.
Because this damn idiot was putting socks on after pants, and he's getting all the jumbles down there.
wait.
And
What
I said-
jumbles? What's the issue?
Yeah, what do you
here?
mean?
Oh my Jan, what are we gonna do with these? fucking
Because then,
buds,
like,
man?
your
What are we
your socks are gonna get jumbled up. You can't pull them up all the way when
You
like they have the
gotta
Tighter
natural
your
sag.
pants.
The socks go on after before the pants. What are we doing?
Why?
here?
The style
Why?
of the time is to have the jumble, though, guys. Like having your
Okay.
socks
Yeah,
bunched
yeah,
up
yeah,
like
yeah,
off
but
your
that's
shoe. That's the style.
That's
my-
a natural
but my-
sag that builds up.
Sure,
Mike, you're
And you
confused
have-
also, right?
You have the
Yeah.
freedom
Okay.
to do the jumble afterwards as
Fucking
well.
jumble are you talking
Everybody
about?
Do the jumble.
Bunches.
Pants-
I think the
I'm not-
bunchos.
I never. Yeah, I don't pull my socks up taut. If that's what we're implying here.
Okay,
No, I like a
regardless
little
if you've
give.
got ankle socks or you've got knee-high socks, the fact remains is you put those on before your pants just so you can get a really nice and comfortable flat lie. Isn't that right, Jan?
Yes, yeah, that's where I'm approaching it because then you
Same.
can't get your sock up all the way if your pants are already on. I got big ass
That's
calves.
right. That's
I'm gonna
right.
start trying down, up, left, right, where it's like all left side, left sock, left pant, left sleeve, left
Oh my
shoe.
God, do
Then
it,
I'll get to
yeah.
the right side on everything.
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's
Rob,
try
you were
that.
very quiet during that pants sock thing. I gotta know where you lie on this.
I could go either way, guys. I I'm putting
Well,
my socks on before or after. I'm going to be bunching them up down by the shoe anyhow, so it doesn't matter.
Grubb, you're crucially a big shorts man.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Where
I'm
this
wearing shorts.
this
yeah.
doesn't factor in because
Yeah,
the
it's kind
shorts
of
are
a
already up.
non-fact.
Yeah, but even with
right.
pants, I you know what? I think okay, you're right. With pants, especially with joggers that have the elastic at the bottom, I think I
Yep.
would put socks on first, guys.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because don't forget,
If
too,
if you're sealing off my ankle, I do want the sock to like at least start up in there.
yeah, have a fighting chance, right?
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
it that fighting chance. Correct answer.
hell are you all talking about?
Next email comes from Travis in Fargo. Travis writes in 5 questions every week. I pick one of them. This question is, what's your ghost plan? Either your plan if you become a ghost or your plan for dealing with one.
Haunt John Drake.
That poor, you haunted him
Man.
in real life.
That's what you do in reality.
I know. You got to pick a lane and stick with it.
I was watching that vlog as I was editing it, and like I included the segment where you're spitting on Drake, and it did go for too long.
I would have gone
Yeah.
much longer.
I know.
Went for a tremendous amount of time.
I told you, I said, I am not stopping until he either leaves the vicinity or someone pulls me away. And I was ready to go as long as it
Probably
took.
should have like had someone pull him away, huh, guys?
I also didn't know which one you were.
Oh,
Chuck's
there's
the
two.
taller one.
I had no idea the way to tell.
No one likes it when I answer these questions. Just say ghosts aren't real, huh?
Yeah, because
it's not fun.
everyone knows that. We're all having some
Yeah.
fun.
No, I don't think they do. I was just in New Orleans.
everyone on this show does.
I remember you upset Bailey very badly when she was talking about her ghost story.
I specifically had people get mad at me
I remember that.
for my I don't think ghosts are real opinion. Actually,
You ever have a conversation with someone, like maybe a barbecue or some sort of social gathering, and you're like, oh, this person's normal, I'm hitting it off with them, and then they bring up something like this, and you just have to like,
It's
Right.
ghosts and horoscopes. Ghosts and horoscopes are the ones that like normal-ish people can just pull that out and be like, oh, okay, I guess you're one of those folks.
I'm in Ohio, so it's not normal people. It's just like eventually we're going to start talking about angels being real, and it's
I just pull out a red card from my wallet and I just leave the conversation.
right.
I find it happens a lot after like an old person dies, like an old family member or something, and then it's like some aunt is just like, "Oh, that balloon, that's him. That floated in the room to say hi to us," and like that type of thing.
People will deal with loss.
I know. Or that flickering light at night is like, oh, all of a sudden that light was never flickering until she passed, and now it's her saying, "I'm here."
Yeah, I hear you.
My plan for dealing with ghosts, I remember saying this to Vinny Caravella on his last week here. We were playing Kingdom Hearts, and I was trying to convince him to go ghost hunting, and he was very against it. And he asked, like, what are you going to do if you get haunted or a ghost comes? And I told him, I will punch it, because I will have enough belief in that moment to deal with a ghost. I will punch it.
Yeah. Oh, like a Lydia Dietz thing, where like she only saw the ghost because she was weird and unusual, strange and
my
unusual.
hands will be imbued with whatever spirit I need to be to combat this other spirit.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's only one set of footprints in the sand, guys.
No, I get it. I love your style, Jan Ghost. I think this kind of upsets me, right? Because I feel like I would love to be a ghost. Oftentimes,
me too.
I do feel like vampire
You would be a good
as
ghost.
it is.
Yeah.
I do think I would be. I'm a pretty good vampire. I get along. I don't know. Like, is this a go? I have more questions. Your sort of thought experiment has only led me to more questions, emailer. Like, do people know who I am? Can I engage with people? Or am I just like,
Are you going to haunt giant bomb fans? You're still
no,
alive?
but I just want to, like, am I just
ugly?
or am I just like banished to the nether realm where like no one knows I'm around and I could just like move shit and like freak people out? You know what I mean? I want to know the rules.
I would like to bargain the situation where I could have like ghost powers, but I don't have to die.
Then I don't think you're a ghost.
Just be kindly persistent.
But I want all the ghost powws, can like float around and stuff and haunt
start
people.
writing
But then
an
I can
email
like
to God every week and see if you can make that
Okay.
happen.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you're a super villain.
Chumpy Dumps writes in, I'm going to be going to that MistCon just because this is the first time y'all have ever been near me. I've never played Myst or even watched your streams, parentheses, though I should probably do that now. But this event sounds pretty cool. Mainly writing in to say if you guys have time, probably won't. I'm sure you're busy. But if you have time, you should check out the Enchanted Forest. It's a local gem of a theme park about an hour south of Portland. And I think all of you, especially Mikey, would get a kick out of it. Fairly cheap, and it's independently owned by a family whom the creator made everything himself. It's a passion project of a theme park, but there's actually a few pretty cool rides. And then he continues to give some
check it out.
restaurant recommendations. But yeah, looking forward to seeing your panel. Chumpy Dumps from Portland, Oregon.
Chumpy.
Dr. Ryan in the chat says, Jim is a fucking stretch.
Mikey, why don't you tell people about that one more time for folks that don't know?
Yeah, because you don't know, the Myst crew, we're heading to Mysterium, which is the Myst fan convention. That is happening at the end of July. We have a panel on July 25th. The event goes from the 24th to the 26th, but we have a panel on the 25th. Go to Mysterium.net if you want to look into registering, hanging out with us and all of the Myst fans. We are looking forward to that. Yeah, I might have some free time. I don't know if I have like go to a park free time, although this sounds more like, not maybe a big
like on the way.
An all-day thing. In fact, I might even be there a little bit later on the last day, so maybe I'll go to this weird solo person-made theme park by myself.
Oh, really? So just one person? Okay, I kind of need to see this thing at least drive by it.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you're still there, you can come with me. And be clear, I'm not.
I won't be. No, I leave earlier.
Maybe we'll all go. I imagine if it's kind of a smaller theme park that it's mostly just like vibes and walking around looking at stuff, and that's some of my favorite stuff to do in like Disney. So I would enjoy that.
And even if it's cheap, even if we can only do it for like an hour, 90 minutes or something, I don't know, it might be worth it. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe perhaps we can drive by.
Yeah, we'll see.
Right. Last email of the show comes from Simon from Saskatchewan. Dear Bombcast, I thought of a short weekly segment that you can do that is for members only. It should help incentivize people to join. Also, Mike, it will like it since it's a Mikey only feature.
Oh, I do like that.
Mike does a fireside read like Masterpiece Theater, but instead of a classic book, it's rap lyrics. It was hilarious when he read rap lyrics during Blake Club's Pimp My Ride. Anyway, just a thought. All the best, and you're nailing it with the content. P.S. I'm officially 1 year cancer-free. 4 more years. Hey, congrats, Simon. 4 more years of tests, and then I can be deemed cancer-free, get prostates checked via blood tests. Only way it was detected for me, and I was under 40. Simon from Saskatchewan.
Will do.
Congrats,
awesome.
Simon. Glad
Tremendous.
that you are cancer-free, big dog. Check those prostates, everybody. Jeff Grubb, before we get to the super chats, you have some news for the folks at home.
Yes, this is not a podcast within a podcast. We are going to begin shifting this outside of the Bombcast, everybody. We enjoy doing it. We did our best to make sure it worked for audio listeners, but why do that when we could just make it video only? So we're going to move this out. We're still probably going to do it once a week. We might even just record them at the end of our Bombcast sessions or whatever. In fact, I think that's the plan, right? We're just going to do it live.
You haven't said what it is yet.
Yes, it is Grubb Guesser, the game where you guess magazine ads. Thank you, Mike. Where I show an old magazine ad to the crew, and they have to guess like what it's trying to advertise. We're not doing it this week, and we're not going to do it in the Bombcast going forward. We will stream it afterwards, and you'll be able to catch it wherever we put it. We haven't decided that yet, so just keep. It'll be on socials and on the website and stuff like that.
Yes. All right, Mike Minotti, hit me with some YouTube super chats if we have any.
We do. Mixie says, what would Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone say about Dan running in a lightning storm with lotion-drenched eyeballs and wearing a metal guard in his pants? I mean, what did you want me to be like? Oh, cool, buddy.
I think Stallone would be all right with it.
I think they'd be fine with it.
I think they both like kind of wouldn't care. They got more important things.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the thing with the super chats is that they have to remind us of like upsetting things that we had moved past, and now we're like getting yanked back into it.
I'm just feeling pride again.
Right. Bixie also says, Dan, with your knowledge of Space Ace, would you trade places with Mike Minotti and doing Virtuoso instead? I guess let's imagine you hadn't played either of them, but like it's bad. Like which one would you rather? I
would have dealt with Virtuoso before Space Ace.
Okay.
And I do want to say, I really do think that the game that Grubb is going to be playing is going to be the end of a trilogy. If Space Ace was the Empire, or the Dark Middle chapter, I do think Grubb, it's going to be in line with Virtuoso.
Is there an Ewoks game? Let me look up.
I don't think it's going to be as bad as either of ours, but it's going to be rough, maybe specifically for
long,
you. It's not super long. I was looking some stuff up yesterday. I even played some. Not super long, but I think you're going to hate it.
Cool.
Wow.
Have I ever played it before?
I am not saying anything.
You guys can tell me what console it's for. Like, we do that.
Just keep your BIOSes updated.
Oh, my God.
Keep your BIOSes updated.
As you do.
Thank you, Vault Complex, for becoming a Giant Bomb Premium member. Ito Morales says trans rights are humans' rights. That is correct. Indeed. Thank you. Amy Winehouse of Leaves says, Dan, did you run the Twin Cities Taco Bell 50K this year?
No, I got 8 million messages about it. Yeah,
from Bloomington to Oakdale, and you have to eat at least 7. You have to eat at 7 Taco Bells along the way. Wow.
Hell yeah.
What is a? I mean, that's like the aid stations. I mean, normally they give you like the electrolyte gels and stuff like that. Like, what is a 50K miles wise?
Oh, I'm bad at that.
10K is like 6 miles.
28 miles or something like that? Or?
Yeah, that's
10K is 6 miles. So it's like 30. Oh, that's 30. Over a marathon. I'm not there yet. No.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And then the Taco Bell may slow you down a little bit, actually. I don't think that's like energy.
If I just had to get like an item in each one, like, I don't know, Would that replace? It's glycogen is the stuff you have to replace in your body as you run. I don't know if Taco Bell has glycogen in it. You're supposed to have like gels and stuff for that.
It's in the Baja Blast.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. I can slam some of that.
Blue. Yeah.
Just freebase the syrup. I mean, it'll be fine.
I would assume you're just like losing like salts and stuff, and Taco Bell definitely has that.
It's like electrolytes that you need to replace.
Yeah.
30 miles.
Salt.
Yeah, I can't do that quite yet. We'll see if I can do a full marathon this year. Maybe I'll do it next year.
All right, I got a bunch from Migsy here. One of these we're reaching back into some giant bomb lore a little bit here. Migsy asks, Jeff Bacalar, is Dib a nickname or a shortened name?
Do people not remember where this came from, huh?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It pains. Thank you for forcing me to relive this unfortunate detail.
What's the problem, Jib?
Yeah. So I feel like, Dan, you are aware of how this happened, right?
It's initials.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
so my
right.
initials are JIB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my son's name is not Dib, it's Dylan.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you said, if your Jib is he Dib, is what you said.
I started it?
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't
You
think
did.
Dan
Wow.
started. I thought I started it.
Oh, thank God.
Stolen
Let's go
valor.
with that. Let's go with that. Yes. Thank you,
Yes.
Jan.
Okay.
Jan, you're the best. Oh,
Jib didn't really stick, huh?
No, but
I'm
Jib
sorry.
did.
No.
No,
No,
I
we
mean
don't-
Skipper did.
It's Skipper, yeah.
Yeah.
Did it? Did
Oh, the
Skipper
skipper.
stick?
Oh, he's the skipper. It didn't really stick. No.
Yeah,
maybe
I
a
thought we were always
Catwoman.
calling him the Skipper.
What's the Catwoman pun going to be?
Catalog.
No, Drum Kid coworker didn't stick either. What are you talking about?
That was funny because it made you mad.
Yeah, it did. Anyway, yeah, so that's it's a nickname. Yes, his
What-
middle initial is not I.
In the coworker rankings, who like Grubb was 1, I was 2, Minotti 3, and then who was 4 and 5?
In what rankings?
I don't remember
The
how it
coworker
went.
rankings, I think, wasn't it Dan?
I
Then
don't
Jerf?
remember.
I don't know.
What did it? Yeah, what did it
I don't know.
mean? What were the?
Acceptance in the black community.
Yeah.
Oh, it was, I mean, I think if I do recall, I think it was Jan. Not Jan. It was Dan and Mike at the back end of it, right?
Yeah, but I think Mike moved up like immediately in the
Yes.
next ranking.
Oh,
Yeah,
we had
they-
multiple rankings.
He
That
did
I
like
don't
2 weeks of
remember.
rankings. I'm barely
It got
remembering.
updated.
Yeah.
I'm typing in coworker into my email and I'm not finding anything.
I think this was before independence.
Yeah, this could be in a different inbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pre-independence. This was
All right. Migsy says, could Jack Black possibly buy Double Fine? I mean,
Yes.
Anything's
Sure.
possible. Yeah.
but I don't think many individuals are buying up these kind of game studios. I don't know. I don't know how much a Double Fine costs. I don't know how much it is for Jack Black. I bet even Jack Black has people telling him that's not a good investment, probably, unfortunately. I
Yep.
don't know.
Jack Black
And
just seems to do whatever his kids tell him these days. So like
Sure.
maybe
Obviously, he's friends with them, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Migsy also says, any chance John Carmack or John Romero buy back id Software? id Software would be really expensive. Carmack is busy with AI now. I don't know if he cares. John
Oh.
Romero, I don't know if he has that kind of money to buy an id Software. id Software also probably, that would be one of the last ones that they would try to offload, right? Like maybe there's a point where they are actually offloading everything, but I don't think id Software is imminently in trouble.
No, not at all.
Then Migsy says, which corporation is worse, EA, Embracer, or Microsoft? I don't really feel like ranking them. I guess I don't think EA's been involved with like ballistics like
Yeah, but
Microsoft has.
Yeah.
They did sell themselves to Saudi Arabia, so
Mhm. Right.
there's
So
plenty
yeah,
to go around. Yeah.
yeah,
What were the
yeah.
options, Mike?
EA, Embracer, or Microsoft?
I guess
I
EA
mean-
is the lesser of those evils.
Yeah. Multiple worst company in the world winner. Remember that when EA
That's
would win
right.
every year? Yeah.
Right. Nick Toilet says there's a third person in Mike's adoption art. Did you notice? Perhaps someone's forgotten child. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see that
Adoption
art from
art?
Nick Toilet? Yeah. It's me in back art. And it says best dad ever, I think. And if you look in the bottom left corner, I didn't notice this until he said something. I think you see a little sad dib over there.
Where is
Oh,
this?
good.
I don't
Good.
want to be making anybody jealous. All right, I got to get along with my brother.
But you're just the best son, so what can you
Oh
do?
my God! I'm looking at it
Oh.
now. This is terrible, Mr. Toilet.
Now look, Mr. Toilet did awesome work with our Giant Bomb Fishing Week arc, so you have to be nice.
Mr. Toilet, I need an alternate version now, immediately.
This is good.
No, this is very
I mean,
good.
you told me I'm your favorite.
Yeah.
But come on, man.
No paper trail. No paper
Gotta
trail.
keep this double life fucking crystal clear, man.
I wish we were able to sell these Bedanza and Bajanza shirts.
Oh,
Mhm.
I mean, we probably could. So,
Who's gonna stop
Rames,
us?
Rames C. Vincent says, "Congrats, Dan, on doing the impossible. Your fan cheered at the end, and for being the walking, talking cautionary tale that our kids everywhere need." I mean, he's not, because he gets away with it. There's no cautionary tale. He does
no,
the
you'll
things,
win and feel cool.
Oh, he has a
You'll win.
medal.
I'm the only one who earned this. Yeah.
Wait, no, Raimi's the one who has the kid that had you sign Space Ace. He's talking about
Oh.
Space Ace.
Oh, Space
Oh, I
Ace.
thought-
Yeah, I had a
I
great week
thought-
last week.
I
Yeah.
thought we were still talking about the lightning storm.
Oh no, I beat Space Ace and ran a lightning half marathon. Yeah.
A lightning
yeah.
marathon. That's-
Yeah,
you're not
no,
gonna
I had a
make
great
it a
week.
thing.
What are you
You're
talking
not
about?
gonna
Yes,
make it a
yes, you
thing.
out-
My
outran
anniversary.
lightning.
It was a great week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
All right. There
I
you
think
go.
everyone should do things like me.
Congratulations on the anniversary, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have something
Yeah.
to say about that?
About the no. I mean, I celebrated my own anniversary in
That's
New
right.
Orleans because
Oh,
it was
that's right.
yeah, like
Weird.
that's fine. That makes sense. Yeah, my anniversary, my
Right.
issue. I
But
celebrated that.
you
Yes,
posted
this is
about
totally
it.
normal, the reaction you're having to this. You're
I
right.
posted about it because it was nice. I didn't expect it to be like, well, happy anniversary.
So you want? So you
Why'd you
wanted
post it?
comments clean? What were you hoping for there?
Was
Oh,
like,
but no
I
one
don't
saw
know. Well, it was a nice picture that they took of me and my girlfriend, and I posted it.
I liked the ladies' post and everything because I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I'm happy for my friend Mike Minotti of celebrating an anniversary. I did the same thing
That's
for
right.
Dan because I'm like, I'm happy for y'all.
Thank you.
Should be.
Right.
I just
Right.
liked it to go up the rankings.
Oh, right, the ranking.
gonna lie,
Mhm.
me too.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I'll tell you something. Like some of you here are maybe not following her on Instagram, and it's been hurting your rankings pretty badly.
I've
Whoa.
been
Whoa.
there.
Clear.
I don't even
Yeah.
know
Oh,
how
you're fine.
Instagram
Oh,
works.
Jan, you're doing great. You don't you worry. Don't you worry.
I have a rule. I don't follow anyone when they're like, "You should follow me." And it's like I won't follow them. Like anyone
Oh,
who
Dan,
says
I
you should
see
follow
your
me.
ranking
Nope.
right now.
DQ'd. No fucking way.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, enjoy the
No.
bottom of the
You're
barrel.
I hate it when
Right.
people say you
Plummeting.
blocked me on something. Can you unblock me? And I hate when they say, "Oh, pull out your phone. You should follow me right now." Like I don't
Wait,
play with
someone has
that.
confronted you face to face saying you blocked me.
Numerous times, like after PAXs and stuff. Like me, like, "Hey Dan, really enjoying the stuff. Really liking the current season. Hey, I gotta say this is weird, but like you blocked me on something. It was more of a thing with Twitter when that was a bigger deal, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I was an asshole that day. I'm sorry." And it's like, no, as soon as someone says you blocked me on something, it's like, all right, well,
I want to be clear. She never asked you to follow her. I'm just saying one of the reasons that you may not be higher up on there is because you aren't following her.
You can keep me right down as far as I can go there. That's fine. It ain't happening.
So now you just aren't following my
Whoa.
girlfriend on Instagram out of
That's correct.
spite to me?
Not spite, personal rules. If anyone ever tells me that I
What's
need
the
to follow
rule?
them,
Follow his girlfriend.
I told
Follow
you.
his girlfriend.
not doing it.
That's not what's happening.
Not doing it. I wish you the best. Not
Follow her.
happening.
Follow her.
Nope.
Mike.
Well, now
If anyone tells me to
Valor's
follow
doing it, it's
them, I'm
backfiring.
not fucking doing it.
Mike,
no one
I'll
told.
take-
No, I suggested that you do it. She didn't say it.
No. I
Wow.
think I heard too that when rankings were slightly impacted by this, it's like, whoa, I'm not going to be strong armed into this.
Oh my god! All right,
No,
well,
sir.
Have fun.
I wish you the
down
best.
there.
Happy anniversary.
You belong on the
I
bottom. Let's be
hope you and
honest.
Piper are doing great.
Oh yeah, you did say Piper in a message. I was like, does he actually think her name is Piper, or is this
can
that
say?
another fun thing? I don't know. Migsy says in parts of Africa, 3DS, PSP, and Vita sales are booming. We should just all be buying more of those.
Yo.
honestly.
I was on BART and I saw a couple playing 3DS together. Like they had two
Oh,
3DSs
yeah.
sitting next to each other. I'm like,
that's
wow, this is
romantic.
great.
I
And they were young. They were like Gen Z.
Wow.
really want to play A Link Between Worlds again, and I liked the 3D in it, so I really do want to just bust out a 3DS.
Yeah, just do it on a 3DS.
I played through it recently on the Thor, and it was fantastic.
Such a good game. Zombie Porn says, can Grubb talk more about that cabinet he put up?
Yeah. So we're putting up cabinets in the laundry room, and I had to we bought the new cabinets from Home Depot, and they're all out in the garage. And I kind of have to just do you guys know what shims are?
Yes.
Yes.
I love shimming.
gotta-
No.
You got to shim so much when you're doing
Yeah.
cabinets. And these are just
Yeah,
like little
little-
wedges of wood that you put behind the cabinets to make sure that they are even, because the wall Not even. You think
no.
walls? That's a flat plane?
That's,
Apparently, no. They all fucking suck at their one job of
No.
standing straight the fuck up. So
That's actually
Explains so
what
much
that-
about my cabin. It's actually
Yeah, that's what that ODB song is about. Shimming.
shimmy. That's what
He was really
shit, now I'm
excited
gonna be
about it,
singing
yeah.
when I'm shimming for the rest of the night. Thanks, Jan.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Next up is from Falcon PQ. Says, Dan, who's the biggest mark you've ever seen? I mean, it's got to be The Undertaker, right? Jeff from Quebec.
Oh,
like
actual
physically
mark?
Like
biggest
it's a
mark.
physically large mark.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
he
that's
is
funny.
probably the biggest mark I've ever met. Yeah.
Careful.
That's
definitely.
Gonna get you.
Former WWE employee says Undertaker, the biggest mark in the industry.
Yeah, the headline. Yeah,
Right. Oh, Mark Henry. Mark Henry's pretty big.
That's a big mark.
boy, pound wise, I don't
Sure.
even know. That's got to be close, right? Mark
Yeah.
Henry's shorter, certainly, but
I think
he's a
Mark
big guy.
Henry would be a mass wise.
Because he's muscle, right?
Yeah.
Like,
he
yeah.
is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, big wide fellow.
He's bigger than he looks. Yeah, I'll put it that way.
All right. Mixie says, Hair Millipedes, a new rave metal band is born. I don't know if I'd go see Hair and Millipedes. Dirty Ernie says, in Grubb's defense, the family that salmon are in, salmonade,
Yeah, this is what happened.
is
They're-
pronounced
salmonids.
salmonid. Thanks for your thoughtful consideration of this matter.
Yeah, during the Nintendo Direct, they called them salmonids a bunch. So when I saw the words, I thought that's what they were saying, and I said salmon. Rusty.
Mixie says, Jeff Grubb, have you read Rising Stars and Midnight Nation?
No, I have not.
It sounds like dad novels, right? Like it
Yes,
sounds like some
I'll add
Tom
to the list,
Clancy
yeah.
shit.
No,
to
what's
me.
the,
Rising
what's
Stars
the,
and what?
And Midnight Nation.
What's
Okay.
the Jim from The Office action series?
Threat Level Midnight. Yeah, it sounds like
these-
Threat Level
Oh.
Midnight. Yeah.
These are
Yeah,
J. Michael
the
Straczynski
Jack Ryan
books.
thing.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. There we go. Is it?
Yeah.
Which one is Reacher?
That's Tom Cruise
Tom
or the
Cruise-
big guy on a bike
and
that
then
beat up his
Alan,
neighbors.
Alan Richman or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Mike M's Bot Army says Delight Club for Bacalar, Paranoia Escape, a first-person surrealist pinball horror game for PS1. We might need to
Ooh.
add that into the Pinball Week rotation then.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Sounds good.
Check this out.
Rio Raku says, for the follicle challenged bald duders, you could have a monkey's paw wish to have a full head of hair forever and always perfectly styled in exchange for having no body hair. Would you do it? Oh, these are two good things. You know how tired of my body hair I am? Holy
How tired
shit.
are you?
I'm so tired that the time tells me.
Oh my god, Mike.
Did he mix that up like the how tired are you with the in Soviet Russia something does you? Did you just mix up those two
'cause-
templates?
No, it's just so because like I don't tell time. So it's,
Time tells
I love
you,
to
I
have
get
no
it.
body hair. Like what part of the
Well-
body hair would I even miss? Like
Well-
like obviously having a little bit of arm hair, that's normal. Maybe it's a little weird to have entirely smooth forearms.
No.
I don't care. I'll live with it. It'd be great.
So I have a question though. Does this mean I have no facial hair?
It said
Oh.
body. A face is not a body.
Okay, I'm going.
mean,
by
I
your
think
word.
body hair.
That seems like a pretty easy trade-off. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
because-
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, people say face card lethal, body is T. So that's two separate things.
Great.
Yeah.
We figured it out.
and also in the part of it too where it's always like perfectly styled and everything, like it's like that
Yeah.
makes it easy, you know? Like
That's an improvement for me. Yeah.
yeah,
Chatter,
what
this
I
seems like such a. What's the catch, Chatter?
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
this
feel
is
like
fine.
Yeah.
this is a no-brainer. I barely have any body hair, which is so insane.
Oh.
So I
Okay.
don't. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say it does include facial hair, including eyebrows.
No,
The eyebrows
that's,
get
that's getting
I'll
weird.
get that
I
It's
get
shit
getting
the
weird.
tattooed
eyebrows.
on. I'll get them tattooed
Oh,
on.
okay. That's a good move.
In a heartbeat. You kidding
I have
me?
nice
no
bushy
problem.
eyebrows. The eyebrows are like kind of one of my best features. I don't know if I can get rid of those.
You could tattoo them, man. I'm telling you.
No, mine are so bushy.
You
and
could just
nice.
get pet caterpillars, and it would just be the same thing.
Oh, I could get so
Mike,
I got some millipedes if you need.
Yeah,
perfect.
So
Okay.
them onto my head.
I feel like a tattoo would get you 70% of the way there with those bushy boys.
I don't know. I'd miss it.
What about the beard, though, Mike? Would you miss the beard?
I would miss the beard. I would maybe trade it for no body hair and a head full of hair. I think I'd get
think
rid of
so.
that. I mean, it's bad because, like, I will say, like, I didn't realize how much the double chin has expanded over the last like 15 years since I got the beard until I shaved it off for funsies one time. I was like, oh, look at that! Look at all that down there.
May I ask you three? I'm not putting myself on this boat or Grubb. Sorry. What hairstyle would you do?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Gosh,
I don't have a name for it.
The first thing I thought of,
Describe it.
I don't want it, but you know, like the stereotypical like Japanese bully hair pompadour thing they have.
Oh, you want to be okay? You would look great with a pompadour.
Like
I
a
don't want it, but it's
Kuwabara?
the first thing I thought of. It's the first thing I thought of.
I'm gonna do like 1998 Road Dog.
Okay.
That would look good, right?
Dan, combined with a beard, you'd have a completely different vibe. Not
I
a
guess I'd
nerd.
I want to do like long hair. I want to try that. I want to do like long.
Done that, yeah.
Long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever have long hair, Bacalar?
Never.
Oh, why? Okay.
I don't know. It just even when I had hair, it knew its time was limited, so it never built up the courage to go below my shoulders.
Sure.
Mine was mine used to be pretty curly. Not like I don't know about
Wavy?
curly, but it was pretty wavy, so didn't get too long. All right. Ito Morales says Mike is so wrong about Cruisin' Blast penis. Okay, look, the Cruisin' Blast the game is good. It's just that song that I don't like, and it became a theme for a different podcast against my will, and it's, you know, I just can't escape that kind of offbeat, off-tempo Cruisin' Blast theme song.
It's beautiful. It's just
know.
it's too good of music
It's really
for him to
good.
understand.
That's the problem. K Sabot says apparently Microsoft was the IOI funder that pulled out. Microsoft has been anamorphing into Activision since buying them. That's next part of the business is running away and leaving We Publish Call of Duty.
Yep.
Okay.
Mixie says, Jeff Backward, do you dab dib?
Do I dab? Oh yeah, all the time. Like whenever he sees me, he's like, "Dab me up," and it's never can match the thunderous clap that Jam was able to achieve in Boston. That's the goal we're trying to hit.
I feel like I passed on knowledge to Dib, and I don't know what that was yet.
Yeah, he floated home that weekend.
Yeah.
He was at a new height. Thank you.
Aggie says, anyone else notice Mike's been acting cockier since he bought more towels?
Yeah, you fucking 1%er. Everyone.
I missed this arc. What is the TLDR on the towels?
Someone asked me.
No, he owns 2 towels, and he washes them in rotation, and that's what he has. In his
You
house 'cause it's
own
just him.
2 towels?
Only
Two
two
back
towels.
towels.
But that was it. Just 2.
People thought I didn't have enough towels for a single person.
What? 2?
Yeah.
What's your take? What's your take, Dan?
Yeah.
You gotta
Not
have.
enough?
Even when I was single, I probably had at least 8 to 10. I would say.
Why
Wow.
do people have so many bath towels? I don't know. I bought 2
Well,
more.
towels you also kind of like acquire, not necessarily by transactional means. You just sort of like, absorb them through osmosis.
Why did you have
sometimes.
10 bath towels when you were single?
Well,
Well,
because
he threw
you
him out
take-
when he was done.
You take 7 showers a week at least. You shower each time. You swap them out. Not every time, but pretty close.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, run that back. How many a week?
You shower 7 times a week, if not more.
Oh,
Why?
okay. I thought you said 10 times a week.
No, 7 times a week, if not
Oh.
more. Sometimes you have a day where you work out or something.
Okay.
And then you got beach towels for
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but no,
counting
beach
beach
towels are
towels.
separate.
those are
Hands-
separate.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I still
I'm talking
think you
about
want
hand
one
towels
for
or
each
beach
day of the
towels?
week at least.
That's insane. That's crazy. You could use a
One day.
towel.
What do you
like,
mean each day of the week? What
We
do you
probably
mean?
have like
'Cause
30
he's saying
towels
that
here.
If you do laundry once a week, then you always have a fresh towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need a fresh towel every single
Right,
time.
but I use the same towel for like a week at a time.
I'll
Yeah,
use the same
that's
towel
fine.
for like 3 or 4 days. A week to me is maybe
Weeks
it's
is getting
me.
a little long. Yeah.
It's getting a little crusty by the end there.
Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Hmm.
But yeah, all right.
Okay.
2
I thought
is
2 towels.
not enough.
God, you guys are crazy. Yeah, I bought 2 more towels. I'm not happy with them. They're a little shorter than I expected. Like, I tell you what,
Why
I was
didn't
like,
you
so, like,
open them up?
Yeah, you got to try
I
them out in the
think
store.
look, you don't know until you wrap them around. You really don't. I
You
wasn't gonna wrap the
could've-
towel around me there. I
Who-
should have. I guess I
Who's
should have.
stopping you?
Do you have a
wasn't
robe?
the smallest one. I thought it was already big enough, and also like they get significantly more expensive when they get just a little bit bigger. They really
Mike?
upcharge you on that. I was.
Do you
going
have
with-
any robes? Do you have any robes?
I have a robe. Yeah, I don't use it that much. I don't,
Robes are great.
yeah. God, fucking.
Well, you buy shoes without truck?
Shoes, the towel. Oh, I hate towels. I wish
can
we had
measure.
Star Trek Sonic showers.
Towels.
That'd be great.
Find a
There's
towel you like the
dimensions.
size of, measure it, and buy that.
Next
There's
time
a
I see you,
towel
I'm going to
weird
give you a
poll
nice
going on
towel.
Twitch right
I
now.
think it's gonna be a whole thing. I bought towels. I have more towels. I might. Okay. God,
The internet bullied you into buying more than 2 towels?
Yeah.
Honestly, Dan, yes.
Yes, it did.
Good work,
That's what
internet.
happened.
I'm the crazy one here.
Mike,
I
Yeah.
have only 2 towels. Dan ran a marathon in a lightning storm.
and then he can dry himself off with all 8 towels.
I did. I used I used a lot of
I have a
towels.
linen closet. Where am I putting these?
And then here,
fucking
Mike, there's
towels?
also the thing too, where there's the towels. Like, let's say there's a weird thing, like a spill or a leak or something happens, and like you need like the gross towels for like that's for gross stuff, and you need the nice towels for like this is for my body.
I'm
You know,
not spilling that. I have a mop when I spill something. I'm fine.
Well, what is a mop if not a towel on a stick?
That's right.
Listen,
I just use the mop on me.
Listen,
Shower mop.
Mike, you can put your extra towels in the space
Shut
your
up, Will.
unbuilt desk occupied. Okay.
do you have wash rags?
Yes, I have lots of dish towels and wash rags.
No,
Yeah.
wash rag for the shower for yourself.
What? Oh no, I have a loofah
I don't use
and
that. I know people are
Okay,
big about
okay.
wash rags in the shower.
No,
I
no,
don't.
Oh, you got a
loofah.
loofah. You got something. Okay. Yeah,
I got a
yeah,
loofah, but I mean, your hands have like fingerprints on them. They create friction.
it's
Yeah,
not
a lot
enough.
of times I've been going raw soap sometimes too. Yeah,
Raw soap?
Raw.
it's like a bar soap.
I've done that,
Running
yeah.
around a lot.
Gotcha.
They
Yeah,
have, like, they
like
put
a lot of
little
them have like
things
the
in them.
sandiness to them now. So yeah.
They put
Mhm.
things in them. sometimes
Exfoliating.
now.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Is that all the super
That's enough
chats?
about that one. A couple more. Raven name. Drew says just listen to Dan's Thunderstorm Marathon story. I agree with Dan. It was cool. Mike is being a fuddy-duddy on this. I just want to stress that was pretty dangerous, and I
Yes, of
care
course.
about my
A
friend
lot of
Dan.
dangerous things are cool. A motorcycle jump is dangerous, but
I
it's
don't
pretty
know.
fucking cool.
Look, that's fine. I'm not trying to be a fuddy-duddy. That was pretty dangerous.
Yes, literally no one else decided to do what he did. Not a single person.
And none of them got a medal.
Zombie Porn says everyone buy Mike towels for his birthday. It's my 40th birthday. You all better have something better for me than a fucking towel. I'll just say it.
It's gonna be the
Don't
best
worry.
towel you've ever had.
It better have a towel on my face.
What if it comes with a special little towel also?
What did you get me for my 40th?
I got you something. What? Oh,
Guilt.
I did get you stuff. I do get you presents. I don't want to hear it.
You give me
actually.
the Disney ears thing. I got the Letterman book. You've given me presents for sure. I don't remember a specific 40th one.
I don't remember exactly
This
what it
feels
was.
like looking a gift horse in the mouth, Dan.
Yes,
a little
it
bit.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying
I
he's
hate your
complaining
medal.
about what we're going to get him.
I hate
I mean-
people asking me to follow them, but I love asking them to buy me gifts.
No, I don't
Right,
expect
Dan,
gifts. I'm
of
just
course
saying
he
he
does.
is expecting us to give him gifts.
No, that's not what I meant. None of you are expected to give me gifts. I meant more
Okay.
the people who are gonna give me gifts,
I
who
see.
feel obligated to give me gifts. I'm not expecting a fucking bath towel.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. You want
I'm gonna get
people
him a
to
bath towel.
recognize the anniversary of your birth. I get it,
Yeah.
bro.
Acratic says, please put this towards Mike's towel fund. The man deserves larger towels. All right, there we go. Thank you so much for the super chats, everybody.
Folks, that about wraps the show up. We got a bunch of stuff going on, even though we got a short week. And folks, it is a short week here at GBHQ because of the holiday weekend. So we will not be working on Friday. No streams there, no Game of Mornings, no UPF. But we will have several things going up on Friday and on the weekend, namely Dan and Jan in your house, North Carolina edition. It was feels like eons ago where Dan and I went to a lovely Giant Bomb community member's house, had a lovely time hanging out in North Carolina as well.
Ate his food, played his games. Yeah, saw his city.
God, I think some of the best wings I've ever had.
They were fantastic. Yes.
Also, on Saturday, we recorded this yesterday, but we have a lovely little video where Jeff Grubb, Chuck, and Jeff Bacalar play through, or a little bit of Escape the Backrooms with our dear friend Lucy James. Gang, what do we got going on? We have Game Miss Mornings popping off Wednesday and Thursday, right, Grubb?
That is correct.
As we mentioned at the tippy top of the show, a new season of This Is the Run starts today at 1 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be premiering that first episode of This Is the Run Sewer Shark, where Mikey is behind the ones and twos. Wednesday, everybody. Blink and you'll miss it. You can finally blink your eyes freely because Dan has finished the Space Ace Lightning Round. So
our long national lightning round nightmare has come to an end.
we are moving on to Jumper Griffin's story. It is going to be a Super Blight Club, and this one features our dear friend Jacob Geller.
And what we're going to try to do here, we're going to call it Super Blight Club because it's everything I see. Like long plays are like 2 hours. How Long to Beat has about 4 hours or a little less, even like 3.5. So we're going to play for a long time, potentially beating the game in one sitting. Don't want to promise that just in case something gets funky or something like that. But like I'd say if I were a betting man, I would put odds on us beating it tomorrow. So, and that means Grubb is going to be out next week. So he will get to center himself and prepare for the following week, starting his first in, how long was Trespasser? August?
Trespasser was in August of 2025.
Jesus.
So almost a full calendar year. Now I did play that Sonic Blast, but that was one episode, and I really could have beat it in like half the time because I got to the very end and died and then started over. So yeah, some say I've suffered enough.
I played some Grubb, and again, it's not the longest Blight Club game.
Why won't you guys tell me the console?
Should we do it, Mike? I mean, I think if we tell him, it's maybe easier to narrow down. I don't know if I want him to narrow it down. I think Mike's muted.
Mike said we should do it.
How did Mike get muted?
You said you should tell me.
Oh, weird. We should tell him?
Oh, I'm muted.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I was like, wait, is my audio fucked up?
I sneezed a bit. It's my issue that I never. I think, look, it's similar to what you did with me one time. Get the more obscure consoles ready. So I want you to get your Jaguars ready, your 3DOs ready, your CDIs ready, your Virtual Boy ready.
Okay, shit, Virtual Boy. All right,
all four of those. If you tell you what, if you cover those bases, you're good.
Jaguar,
Jaguar,
CDO,
3DO, CDI,
3DO,
and Virtual
CDI.
Boy.
Okay, all right.
Just make sure you've got all those up and running. Get the controller mapped. Not send a new physical copy of this one. You're just going to have to get this going.
Okay,
folks. And then last but certainly not least, we have an episode of the voicemail dump truck popping off on Thursday. Folks, I think that about does it for the show. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. Will, cut that, Will. He's been Jeff, he's been Dan, he's been Mike, I've been Jan. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Fix your hearts or die!